Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, everybody? What's good with you? Um, as you guys know, spring practice has been going on. Two practices are down. One was yesterday, of course. The other one I think is tomorrow. Tomorrow. Now, basketball wise, Miami will play in the ACC tournament tomorrow. Also, Miami is the number one seed in the ACC after winning the ACC regular season championship, which is considered to be shared with Virginia. But we're going to talk about our coaches, um, Shannon Dawson, of course, and Lance Guidry. So obviously, they finally stepped to the podium. We finally got to hear them speak. Finally, got a word from them. So we're gonna listen to it and basically react to it now. Kane's All Access. Kane's All Access. They do have a new cinematic feature. Well, I wouldn't say feature, like episode, like basically, if you've ever paid attention to the Florida Gators, they have the swamp, which comes with episodes. They go behind the scenes with the players and coaches and stuff like that, give you more of an inside depth. I think Florida State has their own version of that too, which is I think the climb, where they go inside, talk to the players, show a little bit of practice, get a little backstory on them, give the fans basically a little bit more inside information. So Miami's doing the same now. Before we get into the press conferences here, I want to take you over to it because they did their first episode. Now, Kane's All Access. This is coming from Kane's All Access. Kane's All Access. If you guys have any issue with me using the videos or the material provided, please email me. My email is on my channel. This is basically for commentary purposes, so fair use. With that being said, they did their first episode of this. I think it's a new media thing they're gonna make. So, like, the Gators got the swamp, the Florida State got the climb, and I'm thinking this is Miami made. So, Miami made episode 1, which is a basketball episode, by the way. So they're giving you more in-depth information on him. They do have some music and stuff like that in the beginning, so I skipped through that. If you want to get full access to the video, just go to Kane's All Access on YouTube and you can watch the whole entire thing. So,
my name is Nerjed Amir, power forward from the University of Miami. I wouldn't say growing up in Nicaragua was difficult.
all right, so I'm just gonna give you guys. I'm not gonna sit here and play the whole thing. Just gonna give you guys a little bit on it. I'm not quite sure what the Miami Hurricanes deal are when it comes to music. As you guys can hear, if you're listening, you can hear the music is playing. So I won't play too much of it, or else this video will be copyrighted. Yeah, but Kane's All Access. Kane's All Access. You guys can check this out on Kane's All Access.
I would say it was different, totally different from the US. I'm a really big family guy.
So as you guys can see, I'm gonna close this part out, but yeah, if you want to get some inside, information on some of the players, behind the scenes, they're doing it on Kane's All Access right here on YouTube. All right, so let's get into what we're really here to talk about. 2 interviews. We finally hear from 2 guys that we've been basically, waiting to hear from, basically, since Miami has hired these guys. So you got my first up here, Lance Guidry. I say Guidry because I've heard Mario Cristobal say Guidry, so that's what I'm gonna go with. So it is what it is. But his first time step to the podium. So let's get into it. Let's do some critiques. Let's do some of that. Also in the chat, I see. Okay, we got Pope in the building. Shout out to 863 Seminole TV. Chris says hit the like button. Yeah, appreciate that, Chris. OG Kane in the building. What's going on with your OG Kane Z9954? What's good with you? All right. Hey man, why you ain't at work? It's my day off, man. It's my day off. Day off on Wednesday. I'm off on Wednesday. What's good, OGNZ? Okay. All right. So first First up, my boy here, Lance. Lance has spoken for the first time. Now, some of you guys may have already watched this, some of you guys already listened, but I just want to listen to it together. I want to get some critique together. I want to get some of y'all thoughts and opinions on it. Tallahassee Kane checking in. JP, what's good with you? All right. So let's hear it.
How y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
2 Cajuns in one day, huh? Y'all getting a real Cajun right here. Not as bad as Coach Ogeron, but you're getting a real Cajun, Coach Guidry.
Oh yeah, what he meant by that is basically both of our coordinators are from Louisiana, so you're getting some Cajun, some that good old Mardi Gras.
I don't need no open statements. Y'all ask questions.
What are your impressions so far of Cam Kinchins, who had an unbelievable year last year? His abilities and leadership capabilities, have they already kind of made an impression on you?
Yeah, the first thing I know is that he's really intelligent. He's really explosive at everything he does, and you can tell he's kind of the bell cow of the defense. I'm going to ask him to do even more so and talk a little bit more, but he's having to learn the defense just like everybody else. So sometimes that's kind of a delay leadership, but I think guys are doing well. They're playing hard. They're taking coaching. As long as they take coaching and try to get better every day, we got a chance to be good.
So basically, he's saying, my guy Cam Kitchen, All-American safety, doing great, but he's gonna, throw some more leadership roles on him. I ain't got no problem with that. I don't think Cam gonna have no problem with that.
Coach Caleb Spencer, the freshman, seems like he's one of the biggest safeties out there. What are your impressions on him so far?
He's young. He doesn't know a lot yet, but he's a hitter. I watched his film come out of high school. He does some good things. Whenever the ball's in play, he plays a lot better. When you break it down into passing and more of the drill stuff, he struggles a little bit. But when the ball's in play, he knows how to play football. So we'll just take it step by step and see how much that he can get better and see where he's going to fit in the summer and in the fall.
Coach, what was the
All right, so Spencer, we flipped him from Oklahoma. He's listed as a safety. Kind of built like a linebacker with that speed, though. No Trey Dean over here. I don't think our safety is gonna run no 4.7. Oh, speaking of running a 4.7 and safeties, BB in the building. I was just talking about your Gators, BB. Hey, you just popped up. Your ear bells must have been ringing. But yeah, man, fast hitters, safeties like that, that's what we need, and that's what he's talking about. Now, from what I'm hearing with him, Spencer, he's more of a game time player than a practice warrior. But hey, that's what you came to Miami for. Hey, if you're a game time player, we're gonna get you good in practice too, because how you practice is how you get on the field. It is what it is. If you suck at practice, we might have some of the best guys that we've seen their high school tape, but if they suck at practice, they might not get the play time. Hey, practice how you play. This a win in the AI series or whatever.
Hiring process here, like obviously you just started at Tulane, and then obviously things changed. What was that process like?
It was good to be home. I'm a Louisiana boy, and I was gone for about 3 years, and I knew a bunch of the coaches on staff at Tulane, Coach Fritz, and some other guys that I'd coached at McNeese, and I'd coached with. So being back there was good. It was during Mardi Gras, which was good. I got some king cake. I ate some crawfish and some boudin. And I don't know if y'all know what boudin is, but anyway, it was good.
Does anybody in the chat know what boudin is? I guess that's something from Louisiana. Probably to do with seafood. I know there's a lot of seafood in Louisiana, whatever, crayfish, crabs, and all that. They got a lot of seafood, boy. So if y'all know what boudin is, somebody put that in the chat. And no, it's not one of them religion. It's a food.
Good, but when Coach Cristobal called, it was kind of a job that I've always had interest in. Even as a young kid, I grew up a McNeese State fan, and I played at McNeese, so LSU was like never dreamed to me because I liked playing at McNeese. But when I saw Miami play Notre Dame way back in the day, I fell in love with the way they played, the swag they had. And it was always a place that I thought I'd want to coach. Coach Jimmy Johnson's from Arthur, Texas, which is only about an hour and 15 minutes where I'm from. So. the U has been special to me. Watching them, my first college game I ever coached was against Miami back in 2000. It was our first money game at McNeese State. I'm not going to tell you what the score is. You can look it up, but it was bad. So now Miami, excited to be here and to see how good we get.
Can you talk about your relationship with Chris?
Hold on. Okay, so yes, and it's nasty. Crayfish. Oh, crayfish. Okay. So Buddha is crayfish. Got it. All right. So and according to JP, it's nasty. So okay. Me personally, when it comes to food, I like to try it for myself before I say anything is nasty. But like for instance, sushi. Before I ever tried sushi, everybody told me it was nasty. I said it was nasty. Then I tried it and I was like, damn, this shit good. That's tough. Anyway, let's get back to this.
Chris on maybe when you guys first met, how that evolved over the years?
Well, I was the defense coordinator at West Kentucky for Coach Taggart when Coach Cristobal was at FIU, and we beat them twice. And we played really good defense against them. They had T.Y. Hilton, who was an exceptional wideout. And I think most of the time when you get jobs, it's usually from your opponent, admiring the way your guys play when they watch film, how hard they play, and just schematically. And he always stayed in touch with me, but things just never seemed to work out. And then this kind of evolved really quick. We had a good season at Marshall last year. And so it is what it is. He called, and I took the job. I'm excited to be here.
You seem very passionate about the state of Louisiana. Is it important to you to recruit there and
Well, it's important. Louisiana is important to me because I'm full-blooded Cajun. So
Hold on. See, Pope in here starting trouble talking about so he from the Willie Taggart tree. Hey man, leave my mans alone. Some of these guys just needed a better head coach. I think Mario is way better head coach than Willie Taggart was. Florida State is a total proof of that. So we'll see. But crayfish, crawfish, one I think there's two actually. There's crayfish and there's crawfish. So I'm technically not wrong, but I'm technically wrong. I ain't wrong, man. Forget that. Louisiana, but he's from Louisiana, but he never really had any much interest for LSU or whatever. He did say something about Miami playing McNeese State back in the days, and y'all already know how that went. Beat the bejesus out of them. That was around the time of in the early 2000s when Miami was on that championship run. So my guy here got a full beating, and he don't want to talk about it. And if I was him, I wouldn't want to talk about it either.
I'm a Guidry, Landry bro. So on all sides, I'm French, and I like my culture, just like an Italian likes his culture, and a Cuban likes his culture, and a Puerto Rican, and a Haitian, and Jamaican. So my people live in Louisiana. So I'm passionate about that, but I have ties there. I coached high school football there for years, and coached in the state for most of my years. So I've got a lot of deep ties, and I've earned a lot of respect by high school coaches there because I was one of them. I'm an old high school football coach, so it's easy to go back in there and form relationships with kids because the coaches kind of know me. So we'll do what we can to get the best players we can out of there. But we want the best players for Miami. It doesn't have to be from Louisiana, South Florida, whatever. We want what's best for our program. So we'll go anywhere to get anybody.
How tough?
Basically, what he's saying is we recruit statewide or worldwide. If you're a good player and you in Haiti, we coming to get you. If you're a good player and you in Pakistan, we coming to get you. Iran, Russia, we coming to get you. As long as you're good, we coming to get you. Plain and simple. Not just South Florida. Some of the let me see. Oh, BB in the building. Somebody asking did the Gators hire wide receivers coach yet? Not that I've seen, but they did hire a tight ends coach. I think they hired somebody off their staff, if I'm not mistaken. Some nobody. I think his name is Russ or something like that. Some nobody. So they tight ends gonna be probably trash this year. I think they found that guy maybe a year or so ago, and they hired him out of the stands. I think he was in the stands chanting Gator the loudest out of the fans. So they hire him. You know how it goes. Let me stop talking trash, allegedly. Anyway, back to my guy Lance, man, because we don't really care about no Gators. If the Gators do hire their coaches, though, I'm just gonna tell you how I'm gonna feel about it. I'm gonna tell you exactly how I'm gonna feel about it.
We do not care.
All right, enough said. Let's get back to my guy Lance.
Is it for the kids to adjust to a new defense? Is it?
It's always tough, but experienced guys usually translate a little quicker because they say like this is like this. So the essence is to kind of flip things in their mind. A lot of times I've gone to places, and if the coaches were still there, I use their system and their terminology. That way the learning curve would be limited to them, but more on me. But we switched so dramatically from what we did last year and the way we called things, so they just thought that the coaches that were here just go ahead and put it in the way you want to put it in, and the kids are learning. So they're doing well. And we're going to probably go a little bit slower with our installs. We'll probably be at about 60.
Wait, what? Oh, I got too many of these dang tabs.
70% at the end of the spring, and then we'll catch up in the summer, and then we'll
guys,
throw it
make
all
sure
in
you
the
hit the like
fall and
button.
see what sticks and play with that.
Any early impressions on defensive backs like Markeith Williams and Jaden Harris?
All you can really judge right now is how they're playing the pass. Until the pads start popping and people start, it's always different when the pads come on. So I don't want to make an early judgment on anybody because some people look really, really good in just helmets and spiders. But when the pads come on, sometimes guys that didn't look as well look a lot better when the ball comes in play and it's live. So, I'm not making any pre-decisions on anybody. I'm just going to coach every day and try to get better, each kid, and just coach the coaches and coach the scheme and see how good we can get.
Man, I love what he just said. I love what he just said. Right now, we in spring. There ain't no pads on. Everybody looked the part. Everybody looking pretty good. He said he's going to basically reserve judgment until the pads come on. I mean, a quarterback could have the best arms in the world, have a cannon. But once you put them pads on over that shoulder, and now that comfort, see how comfortable they are, can they still throw it like that cannon or whatever this, that, and the third? So I like what my guy's saying right here. He's gonna reserve judgment until them pads come on. Then you're gonna really see who the dogs is, who the pit bulls and who the chihuahuas. Plain and simple. Don't forget, chihuahuas still got bark. They still dogs.
Sorry, I was gonna say, are you familiar with any of the kids? I'm curious if you had recruited any of them at some point.
The two big safeties I remember, because when I was at FAU, their names, were coming out of high school, so I'm familiar with them. Leonard Taylor I was as well. So most of the South Florida guys, because I was coaching at FAU around that time when they were coming out, so I'm familiar with some of those guys. Yes, sir.
In the defensive roster, any impressions on body composition or just how the defense is structured?
Well, we've got some defensive linemen that are out right now. I mean, probably 4 starters, on paper. So, and then the big safety's out, of course. And so you got different guys that are out, and we'll add them in the summer when they're healthy, and then we'll see what we got. But the good thing is the guys that are backups or fighting for jobs are getting all the reps right now. So you're really building depth, which is a good thing, right? So in the fall, when we have more people battling for jobs, we do competition every day to try to fight for the starting job every day. We're not going to wait to a scrimmage. Every day we're going to adjust the depth chart, and we're going to fight for positions every day. It's the only way I know how to do it. That way when a kid goes down in the game, they've played with another kid on the side of them before. So in the fall, you'll probably see a lot of interchanging of the ones, is what I'm saying.
All right, so my guy say every day is a competition, man. Ain't no guaranteed spots over here. Now the big safety that he's talking about is out. That's James Williams. James Williams, he's recovering, from injuries or whatever. So I think he had surgery this offseason or whatever. So James Williams will be ready, in the summertime or whatever. But every day, no spot is guaranteed. No spot is guaranteed. So hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Hey, come. Hey, nobody ain't guaranteed no spot. You better come to work. If you start seeing freshmen or you start seeing, guys with less experience playing, it's because a lot of these guys has lost their spots or got outperformed in practice. Hold on. So, Pope says, "Hey, T2Y, did you change what stream platform you use?" Yes. So StreamYard, as you guys know, if you pay for it, you pay. I paid like 25 bucks a month. With this new service, I'm paying 16 bucks a month, which is like almost $10 difference. And as you can see, I'm still getting the same features with a lot more features actually than StreamYard. StreamYard, the reason I switched from StreamYard is when I go live, half the time nobody knows that I'm live because StreamYard, for some reason, when you go to my YouTube channel, it says upcoming show, but I'm actually live. I'm live, but it's not showing. So I'm like, why am I paying 25 bucks a month to use this service when I could use a different one that's cheaper and actually has more features? As you guys can see, you know, I got the chat on the screen. I got the chat on the screen. I could put the chats on the screen. I still have the strolling stuff at the bottom. I could still switch it around, you know, move this thing however I feel like doing it. And, you know, I could push that up there and I'll be at the bottom. It comes with different features. So I like doing it this way. And as you can see, I could up and everything like that. I could still add people on, you know, guests and everything. So cheaper than StreamYard and better than StreamYard in my opinion. So, you know, also I can make overlays now. Instead of me coming on here telling everybody to like the stream, to, you know, do all that, I could even set it up to where I could have everything on the screen so people can see it. So it's a better platform to use than StreamYard. So yep, had to switch from StreamYard. It says what platform is it? It's called Restream. Restream, I think it's Restream.io. If you put it in Google, type in Restream. Yeah, it's called Restream. I think it's Restream.io. If you put it in Restream on Google, it'll be the first one to pop up. Yeah, man, got tired of StreamYard. So, all right, let's get it.
Jason Taylor as a coach.
Oh, he's good. He's really good. Not only his knowledge, but his teaching and how patient he is, and he can get on him when he needs to. And of course, he's got a gold jacket, right? So you respect that, him as a player, but he's a great teacher, a great person. He got a bright future. He's going to be a defensive coordinator, either at the college level or at NFL. I can tell already. We got a couple guys on staff like that. I'm really impressed with the staff we have here. And I'm excited to work with them. We get along really good. And that's the main thing, is that you get along good. And I've got an open mind to take suggestions. And some things are non-negotiable, but I don't want to muzzle any of my coaches because we got good football coaches here.
Ooh, I love that. Hold on. He just said a lot, but a little. He said a little, but a lot. My guy said having Jason Taylor on is a good situation for us. You know, this is a gold jacket guy. This is one of the best at his position. So having him on board, that's a plus. I mean, let's just be real. Jason Taylor could go into anybody's living room right now and say, hey, you're an edge rusher, you're a defensive end or whatever. I played it. I know what the NFL is looking for. Hell, I'm top of the line. I'm top of the line. I got the gold jacket to prove it. Everything that I know, I could teach you. Your moms and pops, they know who I am. If they watch football, they know who I am. Ain't no doubting what I learned that I could give to you, that you could take it to the next level. So that's a plus. Now, what my guy did say that I like the most, though, is he's open to suggestions. But he also say there are some non-negotiables. There's some principles that he stand on and he's not going to change. So you get with it or get gone kind of thing. But I love the fact that he says that, you know, he's open to suggestions. He's not like stubborn or anything like that. I'm pretty sure if you present the right information to him and he can see the logic that whatever you're telling him, you know, is a little bit better than whatever he's doing, he'll make adjustments. So I like that. All right, let's go.
And your first impressions working with him?
He's special. He's really special. He's another one that's got a chance to be a coordinator. He's really good at what he does. Great teacher, motivating, bright, young. Been some big places. Been around different good coaches, you know. So really like him as well. Coach Adai is doing they're all doing good. Coach Adai is really smart as well. So I'm excited to work with these guys. Really am.
Your defenses are known for different looks, sometimes a bit unorthodox. Talk about how you develop your scheme.
You know, people say that we run a hybrid defense, a 2-4-5, and it's not. It's two defensive ends that are standing up. They look like outside backers, and a lot of times we stand up so that we can see where the back's at, in case the back jumps, because we got different assignments. But it's 4 down linemen, 2 backs, and 5 DBs. Now we will go 4-3 with 3 backers when they go heavy personnel, but it's not what people write stories about. They're wrong. Sorry.
Oh man, did my man just take a shot at some of y'all beat writers? Writing these stories about his defense and how his defenses ran and this, that, and the third. That's tough. Now, I see Kane say, he says in the chat, he said would like to have had the cornerback from Georgia. He went to Arkansas, which is a downgrade if you ask me. All right, so Jaheim Singletary, yeah, he hit the transfer portal, of course. I know a lot of Miami fans wanted Mario and the staff to go after him, but there was a little bit of interest, but Miami basically, you know, they're good where they are, and he want to stay in the SEC. So Arkansas is a good fit for him. You know, hey, it is what it is. You're not gonna get them all, but it is what it is, man. Jaheim Singletary is he's gone over to Arkansas, so he's the SEC's problem right now. Yeah. So back to my guy Lance.
I'm not innovative that way. I'm sorry. I'm a real guy. I'm going to tell you the truth. But the defensive ends just stand up. And we do a lot of different things with them. You know, we could drop them. We could rush them. So that's a little bit more unorthodox, but it's not different personnels by any means.
So the defensive ends, basically, they'll learn how to, you know, rush the passer, rush the, you know, watch out for the run. And if they have to drop back into coverage or anything like that, basically he'll teach them all the dynamics of the position or whatever this and the third. So I think it's good to have the defensive ends you know, stand up instead of, you know, down, because basically you can see the backers. You can see, you know, what's going on if they're making audibles or adjustments and all that good stuff. So I kind of like the fact that the defensive ends will be standing instead of down in the dirt or whatever.
When you first got hired, some videos from you giving speeches at Washington, Kentucky came out. You're a passionate guy. Just where does that love for the game and passion come from?
It's from high school. You know, I was a high school quarterback. I went on and played at McNeese State and got moved to defensive back, of course, because I was too short. But I was a point guard in basketball. I ran on the relays. So I played shortstop. So I was always in a position of leadership. And I was trying to coach when I was little. When my daddy coached us Pee Wee football, I used to tell him what to do. And he'd just laugh at me. Shut up, boy. You're not the coach. So, I'm just passionate. I love giving pregame speeches. I love getting kids hyped up. But when you get out on the field, that all kind of just drifts away. So when you give a speech, you got to leave them with something that's going to hang throughout the game, a keyword or something like that. So, you know, it's just in my nature, I guess.
Coach, I talked to a couple of your former players and told me you're really good at just making adjustments. If something's going wrong, I think there was a game you guys fell behind 21-0.
Yeah.
And gave up 3 points the rest of the game. Where does that come from? What would you say your influence on that?
Well, I've been a defense coordinator for a long time, and I've seen football evolve. So the things I do now, there's a story behind it and the why. And a lot of young guys that grow up now in coaching, they know where we're at in football for a scheme, but they don't know how it got there. So when things don't go as planned, you got to fall back on experiences. So the more times you did something and the further you can go back, football just cycles. So my high school days, you know, some of the best coaches I've ever been around is high school football coaches, because you got to coach a freshman the same as the senior, but you got to kind of develop them at different ways. You know, the freshmen don't know anything, whereas the senior might be a 5-star. So you got to go on different levels, and you know, you just do experience. You know, and so everything kind of rewinds back in my head when I see something. I say, oh, I've seen it before. I know what to go to, and I don't copy anybody's defense. I kind of learned a little bit from everybody, kind of made it my own, so I can adjust what I'm doing. You know, so.
Coach, your fifth DB. Does he?
So basically, what he's saying is, of course, you got to coach some of these guys different, but you got to meet somewhere in the middle, because you're going to have guys that's coming in that's freshmen, and then you're going to have the seniors that most of the things that you're going to teach a freshman, you won't necessarily have to teach the seniors. And in game time, when some of the things that you've been taught in college does not work, or certain things are going either way, you can reflect back to some of the things that you've learned throughout your years of football. So let's just say whatever coach is teaching them isn't working, but the things that the guy on the high school level in this certain situation, the stuff that he teach them would work, they would revert back to that. So adjustments, plain and simple, just plain and simple adjustments.
Do you have a special name? We've seen different terminology.
We call him a star. So we have a sandbacker in the 4-3, and the star be the nickel. He's kind of a hybrid corner safety. He's got to cover like a corner, but he's got to be able to tackle like a safety. So that's always a dynamic spot.
I like the fact that he called that nickel position a star too, because we've been using that for years now, even dating back to all the players on the team right now with Manny Diaz. So him calling it a star, that's great. Guys don't have to use different terminologies. They could just continue what they learned about that position and learn more under him. So that's pretty good.
In the defense, because it can make you multiple, because people most of the time are with one tight end and 3 wides, right? When they go 2 tight ends, then you match the bigger personnels with it to the 4-3. So that guy is really important in defense, and he either comes from a corner or he comes from a safety, athletic safety.
Right now, can you say who's been kind of working?
TC's been the guy. He's been in there. Also, Harris has been in there. And we haven't worked enough corners in there yet, but in the summertime, we'll probably.
So TC, Takari Couch. So more than likely, if things keep going the way it's going, like he said, there's a lot of guys that hasn't practiced or haven't been implemented into that position. But as of right now, if we had to start today, it'll be Takari Couch in that position. So keep that in mind.
Start create some more depth there. First 2 days, we've kind of been all base. Wesley's been the sandbacker. But we'll get in the nickel on Thursday, I should say. It'll be more nickel based then.
Francisco Magoa, your initial impressions of him?
Who's that?
Francisco Magoa.
Very natural. Very, very natural, very smart. Don't say a lot. He's still pinning it up.
Francisco Marigoa is a transfer linebacker that came out of Washington State. Francis Marigoa, the offensive lineman, older brother.
He's one of the more natural guys that we have, I think. I'm excited when the pads come on to see what that's going to look like. But yeah, I've been really impressed with him. So I'm excited to see how much better he can get as he learns the scheme.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank y'all.
All right, so that's basically our first talk, our first press conference, our first time actually hearing from Lance since he's been hired at the University of Miami. I'm gonna pull up Shannon Dawson's. Pull up Shannon Dawson's for you guys, so we could get into his press also. Let me go ahead and switch it back. That way I don't have to deal with no commercial. Shout out to my girl. She got this YouTube bread. So, I ain't got YouTube bread. I listen to the commercials. I can't be skipping commercials. That's my bread and butter on YouTube too. So if y'all watch some videos, man, make sure y'all let them commercials play. That'll put like a couple pennies in my pocket. Appreciate that. Let me go ahead and pull up Shannon Dawson for you guys so we can get this thing rolling. So we can get this thing back to rolling. Like I said, all videos that we're reacting to came from Kane's All Access. So Kane's All Access is where these videos are coming from. So Shannon Dawson, I have ready for you guys. So
the camera in the middle, please, for us. We'll go right into questions for offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach Shannon Dawson.
Coach, your impressions so far on Tyler Van Dyke and how you could see him fitting into your offense?
I mean, super talented kid. I'm going to apologize at the beginning. My voice has got some kind of sinus infection.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard this guy talk, I was like, man, we got another Ed O. We got another Ed O. Until he said he got some sinus infections or whatever. I'm pretty sure he's probably been yelling at practice and stuff like that. So this ain't how he gonna sound all the time. So, and for those of y'all that are listening and not watching, this is not Ed O. This is Shannon Dawson speaking. So let's clarify that.
And all this stuff, right? So I'll do the best I can. Tyler,
Goes
you know,
Tigers.
I mean, elite player, right? My job is to get him to understand our offense as quick as possible. He is a good fit for our offense. He's a very accurate thrower of the football. His football IQ is skyrocket. I mean, he picks up things very quickly. So we're probably doing things. I've been here 3 weeks, so we're probably doing things at a rate that I wasn't probably anticipating because of him. You know, glad to have him.
What about the other quarterbacks? What are you seeing so far?
Same thing. I mean, obviously, JB has been here, so you can tell he's a mature kid. Probably one of the better skill sets I've seen on a kid. You know, he can do everything, really. Emery should be in high school still, right? So, you know, we're going to bring him along, but he's got some good skill sets too, you know. We haven't put pads on yet, so I'm going to reserve the opinions of a lot of players. But I do like their eagerness, you know, their attitude is off the chart, so.
See, I like that. Both of our coordinators are on point right now. Both of them said that basically they're going to reserve judgment. There's no pads on. There's no pads on. Now, BB says, I thought that was Josh Gaddis. I can't even lie. Josh Gaddis actually sounded like this when he first came on too. The first week, lost his voice. I don't know. That first week for most of the guys that are not from South Florida, they typically sound like this. Voice is gone. Probably got to, you know, get used to the atmosphere, get used to that heat and all that. So, hey, that's what it is, man. No, it ain't Ed O, and no, it ain't Josh Gaddis. This is Shannon Dawson speaking.
Coach, first couple weeks here, is there anything that, you know, caught you off guard or surprised you about, you know, when you got here, about the roster, about just anything in general?
No, I try not to have any preconceived notions about things when I go to places. And so, you know, the only thing that I care about is people's attitude and effort being extremely high. And for the first 3 weeks, the eagerness of these guys and the attitude has been off the chart. So if we can keep that going, everything else will fall into place at some point.
Why was Miami the right move for you right now?
Sign
Why
there.
was Miami the right move for you right now? Why are you here?
I mean, what are you talking about, man? I mean, look at this place, right? I mean, this is an opportunity of a lifetime, you know? I mean, I grew up watching those national championships. So I pinch myself every day coming out here, wearing this U and being here. And I'm very blessed and very thankful. And I'm going to put everything I got into getting us back to where we need to be.
I like that. I like that. The respect. The respect. What are you talking about, man? What you talking about? My guy recognized that he had the U. He recognized he had a great place. Man, see, he couldn't say stuff like this if he was in Gainesville or Tallahassee. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's go. He got that Miami swag already. Let's go. Let's go.
Of the wide receivers room.
Overall, I think we got some talented kids. You know, I mean, they're learning. Their heads are spinning. That position, when you install a new offense, is probably going to be one of the slower ones to grab everything because there's a lot of moving parts, right? And so they're picking up on things quickly. And we don't have pads on, so, I mean, it's hard to sit here and say who can or who can't. But we got some guys moving around out there and making some plays.
Coach, everyone assumes that the air raid offense is only about passing. How does the rushing game fit into that?
Well, I mean, in my opinion, there's no such thing as the air raid offense anymore. We've evolved to be, you know, I think probably 10 or 12 years ago, probably when we went to West Virginia, we had a bunch of tight ends on the roster, so we had to figure out how to use those guys, right, and be physical and play more into the strengths of your team, right? Running the football and playing with tight ends builds culture. You know what I mean? Builds physical culture on both sides of the ball. And so we're never going to go away from that. And we're going to run the ball effectively. What I've found through the years, because I started my career off, you know, throwing it more than I do now, obviously. But you can throw it for more yards if you run it better because defenses will play down, right? So I want to throw it less, but I want to throw it for more yards. Does that make sense?
My dog talking about going vertical, man. Tired of them little screen passes that go for 2-3 yards and all that. We want to go vertical, baby. We want to go vertical. I like that. You don't have to throw a million passes, but at least go vertical. I like it. Now I got to sit back, reserve, and see it play out. Now we do have some talented wide receivers, like he said, but we're gonna wait to see them pads come on. That's the motto. Put them pads on. Put them listen. Start a hashtag, people. Put them pads on. Hashtag put them pads on. Put it in the chat, man. Hashtag put them pads on. Hashtag put them pads on. Now, if you're in Tallahassee or you're in Gainesville, put them pads on might mean a different thing. Might mean different in Tallahassee. It might mean different in Gainesville. They might actually do need them pads, them maxis, them always. What else girls wear?
What are the specific traits that you look for in your receivers?
Well, I mean, every position is different. So you want a good mix of a tall guy that can run and catch, right? And then some guys that can move around. So when you're recruiting receivers, you're really not recruiting, one type of receiver. It's what you need, right? So you got some H's that are quick motion guys, you toss it to, like we did with Tavon Austin years ago and people like that. And then you got guys that stretch the field. Not all of them have the same skill set. And so you figure out what they can do and you get them in those positions and then you recruit what you don't have. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're specific, at least in practice, but let's say Jacoby George, Kobe Young, and Xavier. Can you just do a few words on each one?
Start off with who?
Start off with Jacoby George.
Jacoby is right now lining up at Z, so we're moving him around a little bit. And Kobe is an X. He's a bigger guy, right? Who was the other one?
The other one is Xavier Restrepo.
Yeah, he's at H. So he's a slot receiver. So there you go. That's three guys that different skill sets.
Well, what are there? Can you talk a little about each and what they bring?
I'm not. I'm gonna talk about specific guys later on.
I like the way my guy just shit Susan Milan down. She's like, "Can you talk about each arm?" I'm not. Y'all remember when that one reporter was trying to get Nick Saban to say something? I'm not gonna do it. Stop asking. Basically, my guy said, "You're not getting this information out of me. You're not finna have me making prejudgment 2 days into practice." Susan Miller, stop it. Get some help. My guy said, "How you gonna ask me this on day 2? On day 2.
Stop it. Get some help."
Come on now. Man, I like Shannon already.
Because I don't want to leave people out. That's not fair to anybody in our organization for me to sit here and point out. I'll talk about Tyler. I mean, Tyler's the guy, right? But everybody else, I'm not going to get into that because there's kids out there working hard and playing hard. And if I point one kid out and not the other, that's not fair to them, especially if we hadn't put pads on yet. If we have a scrimmage and it's live and people make plays, I'll tell you about those guys.
Put them pads on. You heard my guy. I'm not finna tell you a whole bunch of players, and they ain't put no pads on yet. Hashtag put them pads on. Stop playing with my guy, Susan. Stop playing with him. Stop playing with my guy, Shannon, man.
I know there's not pads on right now, but the offensive line group from like a body type perspective and size and athletics.
Yeah, it's what you want. They're big guys and they move well. In today's age, old linemen have to be able to move. I don't think I've been anywhere where the size overall, now you typically have a couple of them, but overall our size is off the chart, and we can move. And just adding more people like that, which they have. You haven't seen a lot of those guys yet, right? So pretty impressive guys.
Yeah, we did pick up a lot of tall, big, physical offensive linemen. So my guy saying, "Hey, man, you ain't seen a lot of them yet. Ain't much to talk about. Wait and see, man. Wait and see. I can't give you a bunch of judgment on something I haven't really seen yet 2 days into practice." Now, where was that? My guy says, "Man, I just wanted to clear my throat for him." I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Listening to my guy, he'll make me want to go drink a bottle of water right now. I kind of feel like my throat hurt. That's tough. That's tough right there, hey man. That weather change and yelling at players in that humidity, hey, it does something to you.
Familiarity with the staff, just the new position. They're new to us, new position coaches. They're all new to you.
Well, I mean, they're new to me too.
Right.
And so that was my job coming in and to incorporate offensively what we can do good here, right? Because every place is different. You come in here, you see what kind of personnel they have, and it's not like you're going to change a lot offensively, but you will veer the offense ways based on people, right? And so just for instance, I mean, our tight end room is pretty loaded. So, I mean, we're in heavy sets day one, right? And so that's just the way it is. That's who we are as an offense, right? So, but people-wise, I mean, you know, Coach Cristobal has made a couple hires, and me and him interviewed, and I mean, look, I think we knocked it out the park, to be honest with you, you know. And so Coach Guidry, I mean, we're both from South Louisiana. Imagine that, right? And so real small towns in Louisiana. So, and I've known him for a long time. It's a very unique situation where we have familiarity with each other, you know, and our compatibility is high.
Coach, can I ask you just a little bit about your relationship with Mario, kind of when you guys first met?
Yeah, so I've known him for a while. When I was the OC at Stephen F. Austin, he interviewed me for the OC job at FIU and didn't get it. You know, he hired somebody else, which is fine. But I do think that interview led to this interview, you know, so you never know, right? You meet people, you network, you make impressions on people, and hopefully things work out in the future. And I just watched him from afar, you know, everywhere I've been, and, you know, obviously he's done unbelievable things. And when this situation came up and I had an opportunity to interview, I mean, I jumped at it, you know, and then when I had the opportunity to take it, it was a no-brainer.
You had an offense last year that relied a lot on the quarterback running the ball, and
yeah,
the personnel here is different. How do you adapt as a coordinator when you move to a new place? I mean,
well, you got to figure out the personnel first, right? And that's part of practicing and getting to know guys. But we relied on the pass there. I mean, we had an All-American running back that tore his ACL in the spring, and then we had our next guy got hurt. And so when things happen like that, you have to figure out how to move the ball, right? I mean, you gotta sit in there as part of planning and figuring out what your personnel is. The year before, we were the number 3 time of possession team in the nation, right? Why? Well, we were healthy at running back. Our defense was top 10, and we didn't need to rely on the pass game. So it all depends on how your team's built, right? And a feel for that and an understanding of where we fit into all 3 phases of the game is going to be important. You know, I'm not hard-headed in the sense to think that, like, my phase is the only one that matters, right? We're going to get a feel for how this team's built, and that's going to dictate a lot on how we do offensively.
but I guess, I mean, your schemes are adaptable.
Oh, yeah. Every scheme is. The human being sometimes isn't because they're hard-headed, right? But every scheme's adaptable.
Coach, with the that wasn't necessarily highly predictive.
He just said that my scheme is adaptable, easy to learn, but human beings, man, human beings. Some of y'all are hard-headed. Ooh, man, continue talking, my guy. He cooking right now. He cooking.
Productive last year here. Can you talk about the process of how you can help this team, develop and get better?
Well, through my 20-something years of coaching, okay, we've had, year to year to year to year, right? There's always years where, like last year, at the previous place I worked, we had the guy that led the nation in receiving, right? So next year there, one of the guys that didn't will. Does that make sense? So somebody's going to step up. Somebody's going to step up and secure that role of the go-to guy. I don't know who it is. I mean, I probably got a decent idea, but I'm not going to tell you. But somebody will always steps up if you pour reps into people. We're going to pour reps and we're going to keep it consistent. Somebody will step up and be that playmaker.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys. Appreciate it.
Man, so that was my guy. Let's see.
Good afternoon, everybody. Appreciate you coming on out. Day one of spring ball. As you would expect, right? Lots of energy.
Now, this one was from spring first practice. Now, I wasn't going to do Mario, but since YouTube decided they want to move at a fast pace, I guess we could run through Mario's first impression on spring practice also. So Let's talk, Mario.
Out there, and you know, the coaches. We have a few new coaches. They come from really good programs, so it was no surprise that they were on point and picked up the pace very quickly as we adapt to a couple different schemes. Certainly some players, you know, standing out a little bit more than others, but overall with day one in the books, the things that stand out is accountability, running around from point A to point B, finishing plays, certainly energy overall, an attempt to.
Hold on. I see the Florida State guy in here. He said the same guy who got fired from PC twice. Listen. Florida State fans, I know y'all bored. Y'all won 10 games and nobody care about y'all. Nobody cares about y'all. Y'all won 10 games. Nobody cares about y'all. Not one person said they care about Florida State since they won 10 games.
We do not care.
Stop it. Get some help.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Nobody cares about Florida State right now. We got our coaches. We getting ready to do some good things, some special things. We building over here. We building over here. Worry about yourself. Stop it. Get some help. Now, I'm going to let Mario cook, but let's see what's going on in the chat. T2Y, what it means, okay, especially in Creole. It means something as something else in Creole, acts of Haitian. Okay, so he said, but I think Creole, Bobot, that's a different. No, that, you know what? Let me take that back. I shouldn't have said that. Bobot, that's a different story. I think that's what everybody wants, some good Bobot. FSU act like they been shit. Boy, kick rocks. Yeah, FSU ain't done nothing in a minute. I ain't gonna lie to you. But who have Georgia played? Y'all ain't played nobody. Y'all ain't playing nobody this upcoming year. All right, back to my boy Mario. Let Mario go ahead and talk to these people. He said T2Y mistreating FSU. Hey, they asked for it. I just give it to them. All right, let's let Mario cook.
To improve culture was evident, and I would say that execution overall for a day one was fairly decent. So that being said, lots to build on, lots of good film to watch. Big junior day today, so a lot going on here today in Coral Gables. Questions, please.
You mentioned the attempt to improve culture. Can you
Yes.
expand on that a little bit? You know, maybe what was the missing piece from last year you want to install this year?
Well, I think the first thing is not ever going back to previous years. I think that's the most important thing. I also think it's understanding that like we do things a certain way, right? No matter where we've been, no matter where we go. And that's at a really high level. Like accountability is a real thing as it relates to, you know, your individual periods, your team periods, finishing a rep, going to class, taking care of your body, putting the right stuff in your body, making sure that, hey, you know, football hurts a little bit. You got to finish, you know, bumps and bruises, shake it off, go on to the next play. Being tough and being resilient, having the accountability to come in here late and stay late and make sure you know your playbook so that you are going the right way and doing the right thing. Also, I think tremendous job by a lot of the older guys bringing in a bunch of new faces, 20 plus new guys that, again, when you come in mid-year, that's typically a pretty challenging situation. They've done a great job bringing them in, teaching them how we do things and getting them up to speed on the systems that we've implemented. So all in all, that's a good way to summarize that.
Can you go into your new coaches on the staff and just what you liked about them in terms of bringing into your organization?
Going to all the new coaches. All right, Cam's giving me a bunch of sheets, you know. Well, I think whenever you make moves or you have moves on the coaching staff, it's always, I've always thought about this way, always done it. It's always an opportunity to upgrade. It's what we've always done. And in this profession, I think it's like, you know, you've got to do what you do. You have a job to do. I got a job to do over here as well. And sometimes you move coaches on because it doesn't fit. Sometimes you have an opportunity to get a better person in a situation and you create those situations. Sometimes the coach has a better opportunity from a family standpoint, a monetary standpoint. But either way, you're always positioned to have a depth chart to make sure you can make the moves and bring people in. And we hit on our top targets at the different positions that we were aiming for. I think that it all starts with they're all elite human beings. That was at the top of the food chain in terms of criteria. I think in terms of Coach Shannon Dawson, it's, what can you say? The guy's created some explosive offenses over the years. He's done it in the air, he's done it on the ground. He's been able to combine both the principles of getting downhill in the run game and some of the air raid pass principles, but a great screen game and a great intermediate game. So I think Coach Lance Guidry, and we've all seen those edits and all those whatnot. I don't really get caught up in that stuff, but the fact that I have coached against him and seen the teams that he has coached, and they're different. You know, they come at you 100 miles per hour and they're physical and they finish plays and they play with a lot of energy and a lot of physicality. Coach Harris, he's a true professional. You know, a lot of people always mention Coach Ice and then, you know, Coach Harris, you know, they're father and son, two elite coaches and human beings. And I think it's important to say that Tim Jr. is here independently of any other accomplishments. And he's really worked his way into being a co-coordinator and whatnot and being a great coach with tremendous, I would say, a tremendous reputation as a developer of talent. Kevin Beard, you know, these are guys that I've been looking at and talked to a lot over the years. Coach Beard is, besides being a great player, he was a guy that when he was here was always a guy getting guys together for extra meeting time, keeping them after practice to run extra routes, finding a way to make sure everybody's taking care of business in school and study hall. He's that kind of a guy. Jason Taylor we had here, we had identified him as another guy we thought was an elite member that we need to keep on our staff, and we were able to do that with him. And then Coach Nicholson, man, he is another one. I mean, this guy, you want to talk about energy, detail, coaching acumen, he checks all the boxes and then some. So hard to fit all that information in one little shot here, but hopefully that's a good summary for you.
Mario, we always ask you about attendance because guys obviously have surgery and all kinds
Yes.
of things in the offseason. I guess can we go down the list of who will be here, who won't be?
No, we won't go down the list, but we do have a good chunk of guys that are going to miss. Some of them are probably going to participate halfway through spring in a limited capacity, and some guys.
Damn, why Mario did that man like that? My guy basically told Mario, hey, can you read off the list of injuries? Can you read off the list of all the guys that are hurt, that won't be here in the spring, that won't get into practice and all that good stuff, and time period when they'll be back? Who is this guy, man? Which other team? So he got to work for Florida State. He got to work for Clemson. He got to work for one of them. He ain't no way in hell you asking us to give out that information. Come on now. My guy said, give me the list. It's like me going to the White House and asking the president to give me the nuclear codes. God dang it. Let me go ahead and give my guy a treatment.
Stop it. Get some help.
Now, for all you guys that are watching, make sure you guys hit that like button. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. You know what? I ain't going to say nothing else.
Hey, yo, it's your boy, the 12th man. Hey, like, share, and subscribe. All that. Canes all day, baby. Let's go.
All right. Well said, my guy. Well said. Let's get back to Mario. Tell him, Mario, we ain't getting you the nuclear code. Sorry.
The guys will take the entire spring to mend, you know, to get back. So, and you know what? Credit to them. Some of those guys fought through stuff throughout the season. Some of those guys had lingering things before the season, and some of them just had, you know, things happen at some point in time or the other. But we feel very optimistic that everyone on the team will be ready for the season start. And in the meantime, you see, you guys don't get to watch it. When they're in here, our return and play specialist, Joe Girardi, does an unbelievable job training these guys. When they come back, they are ready to come back. And he has a great track record and a great regimen to get these guys prepared. They're probably having a much harder day with Joe Girardi than they do at practice. Joe gets after him, and we expect those guys to be ready.
Zion is one of the guys we didn't see, and obviously he was dealing with that injury. Is that
Yes.
just how is he doing in his?
He's doing well. He's on the mend, and right now doctors prefer that he continue to heal up until we get to a point where we can really, really go. And so we're going to be patient with him. He feels good about it. The doctors feel good about it, so we'll stay the course.
Is Mesidor, I thought I saw him out there. Is he practicing fully? Is he and Leonard Taylor?
Right. So Mesidor will be ready maybe halfway through spring ball. He's doing very limited work right now with the team. His is more minor. Leonard isn't, I wouldn't say Leonard's is major, but Leonard will require all of spring to heal up. He'll be full go probably at the beginning of May, all right? Now, in the meantime, from a strength and conditioning standpoint, both those guys and anybody else on that list, they have taken a pretty significant jump in terms of their overall body strength minus whatever they're healing up. So.
All right, so there you go. A couple guys that's injured. Mario put those out. He's not giving you the full list. I'm not gonna run it down for you so you can put it on your website or put it on Twitter for everybody to like, share, and subscribe and comment and all the other stuff. So that's tough. That's tough. Most of these beat writers act like, this information is not to the public. If we could hear it, you could ask and he could tell, then pretty much all the teams out there is listening to, especially Florida State, Clemson, all the opponents that we got on our schedule this year. So you don't want to give them something to, have an advantage. But, hey, it is what it is.
One more time, I'm sorry?
How would you assess the strength, the specific strengths of the roster?
Sure. Okay, well, I think the part that really stands out, we had a couple guys at the NFL symposium today. Then the NFL has the draft. They fly up a couple high-level prospects, so Javion Cohen wasn't here today. But what really stands out, right, to say is the mass and athleticism and power in the offensive line, right? That really sticks out. I think when, Elijah Roy is going to heal up good, he's a big dude now. And when you watch the way Jaleel has grown and you watch Cam McCormick, in his 8th year, you guys keep saying his 10th year. It's not his 10th year, it's his 8th year. Cam McCormick, Riley Williams, Jackson Carver, Dom's a little bit banged up. This is a very big and talented physical group of tight ends, which is going to be really good for us. Our running backs, our signees aren't here yet, so we're status quo there, but Don Chaney is healthy, okay? The biggest uptick in just energy levels and enthusiasm has been the wide receivers, and it's due to, schematically we've adapted, we've changed, right? We've done some things to help us create more explosive plays, and they see opportunity, and they've been very, I would say, very diligent, very proactive in their approach to getting better and helping our offense. Defensive line-wise is where we have some more guys that are still on the mend, so that part is not going to look to what it's going to look like in the fall. At line.
Hold on, God. My guys in the chat, y'all are killing me, man. This man said 32-year-old tight end. My God. God dang. Oh, man. Back to the Florida State comment, talking about some everybody should be hating too. Nobody should be hating on Florida State. I saw y'all practice drills. I saw y'all wide receivers, the one that y'all claiming that is so good. I seen Hakeem Williams come in there, and his footwork looked like he was first learning how to do the cha-cha. That man looked terrible. He couldn't do the merengue. He couldn't do the bachata. He couldn't do nothing. That man's footwork is absolutely horrible. He don't stepped on every girl foot in the dance watching that man do them drills. Nobody ain't worrying about FSU. Hey, you talking about? So I got a treatment for you, man.
I'll tell you what I think. It doesn't matter what you think.
This man coming on here capping about FSU drill practices, man.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
I've seen your practices. I've seen your drills. I follow all your beat writers on Twitter. I see all the little clips and videos they putting out. FSU, y'all drills are mid, trash. Y'all players look average. Ain't nothing to be hate. Ain't no hate to be out there. Y'all are terrible. Y'all are trash. How did y'all win? Y'all ain't beat no ranked opponent. My bad. Back to our scheduled programming. Not one ranked opponent. They played 3 ranked opponents back to back.
Linebacker, we have a couple of additions, and so a couple guys that are on their way back, so that'll look about the same. In the secondary, you have a couple guys back. So we have a new punter in. He's really talented. He'll remind you a little bit of Lou, but he is his own man as well. And Andy is Andy, so that, how's that?
Hold on. Hurricane Billy, leave them alone. They more than welcome over here. This is Big 3T2Y. They more than welcome to come over here and talk they trash. I'm just gonna talk it back to them. But if it's true, why do y'all come over here when Pope has his channel? Don't nobody come over there because y'all act like y'all the pack of dogs ready to attack. Go somewhere else. Nah, when Pope have his channel and he do his shows and I can catch it, I go over there and talk trash to all of them so they can do the same, man. There's two things you can do. You can ignore them or you can engage with them. I just like to engage with them. But hey, it is what it is. Here go another one. Miami looked good and won 5 games last year. Ah man, hey, we look good. Listen, don't come over here trying to challenge us. We the off-season champions every year. There ain't no debate about that. Y'all go worry about y'all transfer portal classes. Anyway, let Mario speak, y'all.
What's that? Good.
What are your
Memorize all that. Was hard, man.
What are your impressions of Emory Williams so far?
Yeah, he's a real one now. That guy is talented. He is sharp. He is sorry about that. He is sharp. He is athletic. He's accurate. He's a good leader. He could take it now because we get after our quarterbacks pretty good. He responds really well, and he's also done a really good job taking to the tutelage of both Jakari and the rest of the quarterback room in general. You know, Tyler has taken a tremendous step in terms of being a leader. So he's done a good job not only leading the quarterback room, he's done it with the offense, and he's done it with the team in general. Guy like Jakari, now he's really starting to step up as a leader with a position group and now spreading out to wide receivers. Emory and the rest of those freshmen have fallen right in line with those guys.
Where do you think the players are in terms of like learning, like Coach Dawson's new offense, learning the defense, you know, all the tricks?
Hold on. All right, so now we got some Gator mess going on. First it was FSU, now it's some Gator mess. Andy Jean looking better than Ray Ray. How does Andy Jean look better than Ray Ray when Andy Jean out there running circles? Andy Jean out there is running around in circles. They don't have no wide receivers coach. They go out there, play hopscotch, ring around the rosy. They run around in circles. They do laps. They play patty cake. They don't have no wide receivers coach. Ain't nobody out there teaching them nothing. They run in circle routes. They all the receivers at Florida right now, they all get in a circle, hold hands, and they jump around in circle. The last drill they did was hot potato. No. It wasn't hot potato. It was circular chairs. Circular chairs. Them boys ain't got no wide receivers. No wide receivers coach, but they want to come over here and talk to us about Andy Jean and Ray Ray. Now, what BB is referring to is Andy Jean dropped the pass and not Andy Jean, Ray Ray dropped the pass in practice. Now, Ray Ray have on a red shirt for reasons can't be disclosed. Uncle Luke has talked about reasons why he got the red shirt, but it is what it is. Can't really talk about it. But I ain't gonna lie to you. That pass that was thrown to Ray Ray, it could have been caught. But I don't necessarily blame it all on Ray Ray. I blame it on Tyler Van Dyke too. That pass was. Now, hold on. Since we're talking about passes and catches, let's talk about Florida Gators Xander. Let's talk about Deontay Xander. My guy. I actually know this guy. I actually got a little video with him. I'll put it. You know what? I'm gonna put it on here somewhere. Somewhere later on, I'll upload it and I'll put it on here. But my guy Xander, Deontay Xander, nice catch. I mean, nice catch. Had to reach like 20 feet behind him to catch it. Had to reach about 20 feet behind him to catch it. That's how bad the Florida Gators wide receivers and not wide receiver. New quarterback that they so in love with, the new quarterback, Graham Mertz. This man is so terrible. If that was in a game time situation, that would have been an interception going the other way. BB, I got a treatment for you, BB. For saying that, I got a treatment for you.
Stop it. Get some help.
Now, for all you Florida State fans, that video voice is brought to you by none other than your own Turnt Tally. Boy, stop! All right, let's get back to Mario. Mario, these guys in here talking crazy from these other two fan bases.
Sure.
What do you think they are with adjusting to that?
Well, I think football is football. Sometimes it's called, apples, sometimes oranges. So I think for day one, you're probably where you feel you should be. And let's call it what it is. You're going to play, your 12 opponents. You better use your spring better than they use it to have a chance to be successful on game day. So that's been very much a strong theme for our guys. They've done well. They've attacked it. And we've got to stay on it. Look, the best thing we could be is very real. And for Miami to make steps to keep getting better and work towards what we want to be, the stuff that we do is very hard. And when it doesn't go exactly well, you keep coming. And when it gets harder, you just keep coming, and eventually it'll pop. And we're in that mode right now. So far, so good, and expect our guys to.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, this last question, Mario hit him with the word salad. This was all word salad. It was the question was about the two new coordinators, Dawson, of course, and Lance. And Mario gave them the biggest political answer ever. Like, how you gonna ask them how these guys coming along? You talking about 2 days in the practice? 2 days in the practice. Well, oh man, Mario hit him with the word salad. The word salad, plain word salad. That's crazy, man.
To attack it even more so in the coming week.
You mentioned the different components Coach Dawson brings to an offense, but obviously he does come from the Hal Mummy, air raid. Kind of a dumb question, but how different is this offense going to look this year? And just have a guy with a different kind of perspective. How much do you think? Just having that.
Well, I think everyone has come to grips with the fact that you've got to be able to do both, but you got to do both at a high level, right? Is it a significant change for us in the passing game? I would say it is. There's always some carryover. Just because some plays don't work doesn't mean they were the wrong plays. Sometimes there's carryover. There's a concept that's relative to it. But overall, in the passing game, yeah, there's going to be significant differences. I think you see in the running game as well. You see a coordinator that's very, how would you say it? Collaborative in terms of the use of his offensive line coach, who's very experienced and has been in charge of some more prominent run games in the country. A running back coach that has done the same at his different stops as well. So you're looking at a coordinator that's had great success creating a.
Oh man, hold on, wait a minute. DJ Ferg has bumped his head. FSU will make the Natty and dethrone the Georgia Puppies. My God. My God.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Stop it. Get some help.
My God. They are drinking delusion water. I should make that a brand, delusion water. I guarantee you it'll be sold at every FSU game, every single one of them, sold out, big profit. Anybody in here want to invest with me on making delusion water? We could sell it top price, premium prices up in Tallahassee, and I guarantee it'll sell. Man, they're gonna dethrone Georgia. The same team that couldn't beat a ranked opponent. The same team that Wake Forest has put their foot up for the last 4 years. My God. Delusion water coming soon to a Tallahassee store near you. Man.
Explosive plays. And when they had to throw it for 4,000 and rush for 1,800, they have. When they had to go perfectly balanced, they have as well. He brings that to the table. And obviously we're so focused on improvement in all the different aspects. We think that he improves us in all those facets and more. So.
Mario, Jason Taylor, I know you mentioned him just now. Do you have a specific title for him yet? Or
Defensive line.
Defensive line coach?
Defensive line.
And then what does Joe?
Defensive line.
Both defensive solid.
We got a lot of coaches.
All right, man. So Jason Taylor, basically defensive line coach. defensive end, basically. He gonna focus on the defensive end, while Salavea focus on the other defensive lineman. Plain and simple. I don't know why they asking these dumb questions, but that's Susan Miller for you. Quick, simple answer for you. Now, man, I love it. I love it. FSU, man, you gotta love the delusion. You gotta love it. Exactly. You ain't got shit. But assistants, y'all throwing up tackles. Listen, you know what I love about the Gators? I was on Twitter listening to their fan base talking all that trash when Gaddis was gone, when we ain't had coaches hired yet. I was listening to them talk so much trash. Nobody want to work with Mario. No, they gonna get all these G5 guys and this, that, and the third. They started joking about G5 guys. Like y'all whole coaching staff wasn't G5. They start talking all this trash. Oh, nobody want them boys ain't got no coaches. They ain't got no running back coach. They ain't got no wide receivers coach, no offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. Just to turn around a week later, about a week ago, just to turn around and lose all their coaches. Now, Mario has hired his guy. Nobody wanted to coach the Florida Gator tight ends because they looked at that room and said they have nobody. All of them are mid, terrible, and trash. All those are the same attributes. Now, they don't have a wide receivers coach. My guy said they got like 9 guys coaching the wide receiver. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. You got 9 different guys coaching your wide receiver. One telling them to go left, one telling them to go right, one telling them to go backwards, one telling them to go forwards, one telling them, hey, jump up and fly. Fly. Up and away. One of them telling them like R. Kelly, just jump up and believe you can fly. I believe I could fly. Woo! But these guys want to come tell us about our wide receivers coach. They on Twitter talking about he looked like the best wide receiver out there. That's tough. That's tough. Now, Ray dropped the pass, and now we're talking about Andy Jean is a better wide receiver. My goodness. Listen, all you Florida State fans, all you Seminole fans, you Gator fans and everything like that, I'm going to open this platform. We are like an hour and almost 30 minutes into it. I'm going to open the platform. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Y'all can come on in, same way like StreamYard. Come on in and talk your trash. Come on in and talk your trash. The link is in the chat. Same old. And Florida State talking about they're going to dethrone Georgia. Georgia, count your days. Count your days, Georgia. The big, mighty Florida State is coming for y'all. They will see y'all in the championship game if they could beat a ranked opponent. Damn, that's crazy. That's hella crazy. The offseason. Miami, I think we might get dethroned this offseason. The way Florida State is talking, they might be the offseason champions. They might be the offseason champions. Now, they can't recruit from high school. They can't recruit a lick. But, hey, that transfer portal, they ready. They ready. All right, so I got somebody here, SSC.
TGY. Hold up,
Right.
TGY.
Slim, what's going on with you? Hold on, let me mute this one. All right, so no echo. And I got BB.
What up, TGY?
Man, what's going on, BB? So, them Gators, man.
Just messing with y'all. Got y'all out here typing crazy.
Y'all let me know in the chat if anybody's echoing, because we had that problem last time. So y'all let me know in the chat if anybody echoing. So the Gators, no wide receivers coach. Y'all just now your tight end coach, y'all reached into y'all bag and y'all grabbed somebody out of the stands.
Man, stop it.
A guy that has no.
This man done been everywhere. He been in the league. He been with the Giants, He been with LSU. Somebody else. I forgot who else he was with. Somebody else. I can't think of who it was.
Nah, you know what?
But
I'm gonna
he just was an analyst for last year.
nah.
Man, I
This
hope the
guy.
NCAA is listening to this stream because BB admitted they got all these wide receiver coaches. That sounds like some violations to me.
Y'all do too. You think y'all don't got it? You think it's just Kevin Beard?
Yep, and that's what we're gonna stick to. We ain't got 12 guys out there telling them.
So what Cooney do? You think Pop Cooney don't do nothing?
He recruits.
Okay, exactly, T2. I know you know.
Answer me this, BB. Why Andy Jean out there running in circles? Is
Why
GPS
who?
stuck on relocate?
Man ain't
Why is
running
he
in
out there
no
running in
circles.
circles?
What is y'all talking about?
Hey,
So that's the only route he ran?
Hey,
He only ran a circle route.
that brother's GPS is stuck on relocating.
Slim. That's not the only route. Stop it. That is not the only route. This man been running post route, dig route, fly route, all type of things. I don't know what you talking about. But I know Ray been dropping balls. I know that. And he ain't the only
Well,
one.
he'll fit right in with the rest of Miami's wide receivers then.
Yeah, he will. There you see,
I'm
like
gonna
you
show
sometimes.
y'all.
You
I'm
talk
gonna
real
show y'all
sometimes. I like
that
that.
all drop pass by Ray. I'm also showing you them passes being made by Graham Mertz up there
No,
in
I'm just
Florida.
messing with you. I know Ray legit, but I just had to mess with you. I just had to mess with you.
Now, BB, I'm gonna get on you for that because y'all legit probably have the worst Power 5 quarterback in the country.
Well, we don't even know who our quarterback is yet.
Graham Mertz, and he's fucking terrible.
No, he's not even taking the first team reps, so that's not true.
Who else you got?
I didn't say we got nobody. I didn't say we had somebody spectacular. I said he's just not the starter. Everybody
That's your
assumes
best
he's the
option.
starter. We don't have a best option. We're gonna have to wait till after spring. To me personally, that's what I think. I think we gotta go get another quarterback after spring, whoever hit the portal. That's how I look.
Better.
No, yeah, ain't no doubt. We better. We got to.
Or who was it that started the bowl game? Ooh,
Jack
y'all
Miller.
need that shit. Oh yeah.
I think he gone. I think he gonna leave.
Jack Leg left.
Hey BB.
What's up?
Hey BB.
Yeah.
You think Florida State gonna dethrone Georgia this year?
Oh hell.
DJ First and Florida State is gonna dethrone Georgia this year, man.
I mean, Florida State they got a chance to make the playoffs, but I don't see it.
Let them have their moment in the sun. Miami fans were talking big shit after 1 10-win season too, and they got brought back to fucking reality. And guess what?
Yeah.
Reality finna hit Florida State upside the fucking head too.
You right about that. I mean, they gonna have an elite offense. I don't know how good they gonna be defensively.
Stop it.
No, their offense is legit. You can't lie about that. You can't lie about their offense.
Hakeem Williams ain't gonna be ready to play. They got no.
I ain't say Hakeem ready. They got other receivers now.
Have you seen
Hakeem is not ready. Yeah, that's horrible, dog. That's horrible. I don't care if he got them jogging, not practicing hard. That just shit is horrible. I don't care. There ain't no excuse for that. That's horrible.
Their best running back. They ain't got no wide receivers.
No, they got Trey Wilson still.
I feel bad for Jordan Travis. This man out here could probably have a good season if he had something to work with.
What you mean? They still got Johnny Wilson?
Okay.
I mean, you gotta look at it. Florida State won the top offenses in the nation last year. I ain't saying they.
Okay.
They put up the numbers. Ain't not a lie. They behind Ohio State or more than Ohio State for the top.
And they got worse as the season went on.
I ain't gonna say they did.
Well, look at the end of the season. They were in a shootout with Florida, and y'all ain't have no offense.
That's a lie. I don't know where you get that from.
Y'all, man,
How we don't have an offense that we average 35 points a game? Bad as he was, we still average 35 points a game. It don't matter.
Richardson was terrible. Stop
Okay,
They
Andrew
got
Richardson,
into a
the only one
shootout.
scored a touchdown. So
They got
Ethan
into a
Montreal
shootout
Johnson
with
don't
they
mean
got into a shootout with a 6-6
Slim.
Florida and a 6-6
Anthony
Oklahoma.
Richardson is not the whole team. You got other players. Richardson didn't do really nothing that I liked it. So he didn't run like he should have. He missed throws, easy throws half the time.
I ain't gonna argue with that.
Just saying. We averaged 35 points a game. So
Yeah,
it
but see,
wasn't that bad.
nobody remembers or cares how many points you average when your record's 6-6.
That's fine. We didn't say we were world beaters. We didn't say that. You said our offense was sorry. That's not true. We was top 30 offense. So I don't know where you got that lie from.
Well, I ain't gonna call top 30 good either. It's
It,
okay.
it wasn't bad as yours.
And if Miami's was top 30, theirs would just be okay too.
It still wasn't that bad. Top 30 is good. Ain't
I mean,
nobody say it was elite.
if your benchmark is you're better than Miami's
No,
offense
nobody
last year,
said that.
that's a
That's not
low
what
fucking
nobody's
bar.
saying. That's not what nobody's saying. You said it was bad. I just said it was better than what you said. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that's the benchmark. No, that's not our expectation to be top 30 in offense. No. We used to be in top 10. So that won't do it for me.
Now, see what they didn't tell you about Ray Ray is they looking at that one clip, but they ain't tell you the
Man,
rest.
we know who Susan. We know how Susan is. You gotta explain that to me. We know how she do. She will
What
put the
they
one
didn't
bad
tell you.
pass. So
They didn't tell you.
yeah, I'm just that was just to get y'all in a little uproar. I know Lil Ray Ray legit. You gotta explain that to me.
Well, and I'm not saying Hakeem Williams isn't legit, but to think that he's going to be an
No, I
all-star out the
don't.
gate
I don't.
is just crazy talk.
Nah, he not starting out the game. I don't even think he. I think it's gonna take him a little bit. 'Cause I just don't think he's there fundamental wise.
The
He's
vast
raw. He
majority of
just he
true
don't have the
freshmen,
technique.
and the vast majority of true freshmen, including 5-stars, are just not ready to start right off the rip.
Oh yeah. It all
Mike
depends.
Williams say Slim think it's still 2021. It's 2020. I mean, sorry, what's going on?
What up, man?
How am I thinking
Man,
it's 2020? I mean, if Florida had a good offense in 2020, Kyle Trask was slinging that damn thing around.
UGA had two freshman All-Americans this year. Malachi Starks, Michael Williams, freshman All-American.
We do not care.
So just like we said, Atlas, man. It doesn't matter your age. It's just if you can play or not.
Thank you, teacher.
You always owe enough. If you're good enough, you owe.
No, wait a minute.
I
You're
agree with
conflating
that
two
to an
different
extent.
things. There is a freshman All-American list as far as nothing but freshmen are going to be on that list.
Yeah.
So you can't
No, but
conflate them against a senior All-American because it ain't the same thing.
Oh no, it's not the same thing. I'm just saying we had two freshmen starting this year.
I mean, if that's the case, we did too. If that's what you want to go by.
Yeah, but they
We
weren't
had
all
Austin
Americans.
Barber and Travis Evans. Yes, they was.
Were they
Why
all
would I say it?
Americans?
They were freshmen All American.
Pull up the list.
I got to pull up the list.
I need to double check, man. You can say
Well, you need to go double check.
I need to see the list.
Well, go see it. Nobody stopping you. Go look.
What about Miami or FSU? They have any freshman All-Americans?
FSU ain't got no freshmen.
Nah.
my guy says FSU is one of the 3 teams with top 15 off. And
how they gonna have freshman All Americans? They can't recruit. They gotta go through the JUCO. They gotta go through trickle portal.
Exactly. That's why I said they ain't got no freshmen.
They ain't gonna never have a freshman All American.
He said they ain't got no freshmen.
They don't. Not nobody worth naming.
They got freshmen, man. They got freshmen, bro.
Okay, you name one of them.
They got 3 or 4.
Exactly.
Hakeem Williams. Hakeem Williams. There you go.
Okay, yeah, you only know that because we've been saying it. I started that doing another one.
Everybody
You
was
can't-
recruiting Hakeem, so everybody knows that name.
Exactly.
Name another one other than Hakeem Williams.
Now you don't do that. Shit gonna get horrible.
Hey, it'd be like Peanut trying to name Alabama's coaches except for Nick Saban.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Peanut couldn't even name his offensive line.
Shout out to Peanut.
Peanut Roll. You better stop letting Uncle Lou bully you. Stop letting him bully you, man.
Hey, and pay Uncle Lou his money, Peanut. That man looking for you.
Oh wow.
Oh good.
Nah, but I think he gonna probably start for us. If he don't, he gonna be right there.
Now, for all you Florida State fans talking about Hakeem Williams, I got something for y'all. Hold on, right now.
And Pemba might start for us, so he might get a lot of playing time. I think he's gonna be a good player, man.
Now, for all you Florida State fans that think Hakeem Williams is a savior, I got you. Check this out.
But nobody want to see that man do no tap dance. Nobody want to see that man do the tap dance.
I've seen better footwork in a buffet line.
My boy
Exactly.
so slow. Like, what you really need to watch is the first guy does it. If you watch the first guy do it and then you watch him, it makes so much sense.
That's why it looks so embarrassing. Because it's like, what are you doing?
I'm gonna find the extended video. So when you see him running this, you're like, this man moving in slow motion.
So, yeah, dog, that's important.
You know who that reminds me of? That reminds me of DJ Ukulele trying to run the damn football.
It does. I agree with that, Slim.
Hey, that's our favorite player. That's our
I
favorite
agree with
player in
that.
Athens, man. DJU, man. That's our favorite player in Athens, man.
That reminds me how Anthony Richardson would do sometimes last year instead of hauling ass like he did in the combine.
Surprised I didn't retweet it. No,
I thought you did.
Retweeted it. You know what?
I'm trying to think who retweeted it. Somebody retweeted it though.
I
Well,
think
a bunch of
DJU. I think he's scared of the color red now, man. I think anytime he
shout
touches color red, dog, he fall down on the ground.
Quick shout out to the Florida State Seminoles for losing their basketball game yesterday.
Oh yeah, they lost to Georgia Tech.
Real?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow. I didn't retweet it. I gotta find it.
Yeah, they lost. They
I'm
lost to
surprised you
Georgia
did
Tech. They lost to
It ain't
Georgia
gonna be
Tech
hard.
yesterday.
One of Miami fans I retweeted a million times. You still find it.
Well, we know BB didn't retweet it because if it ain't clapping cheeks, BB ain't retweeting it.
That ain't true.
Hey, BB, ain't
I
no
don't
wrong
calm
with that.
down, Slim. I don't calm down.
Just move up here to Atlanta, BB. We got you, bro.
Yeah, I like to
You
visit there. I can't
wouldn't,
stay
hey,
there.
you
I
wouldn't
can't
get
stay
that
there,
man
boy.
out of Magic City if you moved him up to Atlanta.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't live there. I like to visit.
Nah, come on up here, BB, man. We got a place for you, man.
Boy, I be sitting.
I can tell you one thing. The best player at Florida State practice is Mike Norvell. He's still out here running races. He's still out here outrunning all his players.
Damn.
I won't be surprised if one of these games he suit up and go in.
Hey, where the water guns and the water balloons at, man? And the
They ain't
pink
doing that no more. They serious now, I guess.
and the pink cakes,
Well,
man.
spring ain't almost over. Wait till the spring about over. They'll do something to make you laugh.
Yeah, they have some pink birthday cakes lined up for the recruits.
God damn.
Yeah, recruit you had never had a chance with.
You got all the coaches and staff in there singing them happy birthday with a pink birthday cake.
I don't know. They up to a hot start right now though. They number 4 right now.
What for 2024?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we
well, guess what? Recruiting championships ain't won in fucking March.
Oh, you
yeah,
right
you right
about that.
about
That's
that.
why I say right now. I say right now.
Yeah, we number one
They
right
getting a
now in
little
2020.
traction. Cause last year
Hey,
they wasn't getting nobody on campus.
Tennessee was real happy last July when they were number one. You see how that shit ended.
Oh no,
Well,
Tennessee
yeah,
was happy before they played us when they made them number one
they
in the
wasn't
nation.
gonna keep
Remember
that.
that?
They knew it.
No, I'm talking
Now
about
you can see the difference. You can see the difference in quarterback footwork between Jordan Travis and his backups. You can tell that he leagues ahead of them.
Well, hell, Jordan Travis about 28 years old.
Now watch the footwork on this guy. See? He's leagues ahead of him.
So you saying if Jordan Travis get hurt, their season over? That's what you saying?
Pretty much. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Big slow footed.
Well, hell, why do you think they weren't able to do anything in 2020 when Travis was there? I've said all along, even back then, Travis was good, but that man was running for his life.
Yeah.
I mean, I may talk a little shit, but I ain't gonna hate on somebody if they're good.
Hey, anybody heard anything from JT Daniels? Did he go to the combine or is he staying another year?
He got to stay another year. He got benched at West Virginia.
Yeah. I lost track of JT, man.
Y'all let me know in the
Bad
chat.
for him. He was taking some abuse up there.
Y'all let me know in the chat if y'all could hear him. Could y'all hear him?
Nah, I couldn't hear him.
Well,
I can wait.
Size, athleticism. I mean, the qualities that you want to see in a Florida State defensive line. Stepping on the field, we have that, and it's the competitiveness that is necessary. That's what I'm really excited about, because you're gonna have to bring it every day, and we're gonna be able to play a lot of guys up there. But if every one of those players will come and every time they step on that field, cut it loose to the elite level in the energy, the physicality, obviously the effort that they give. I mean, it looks.
My guy sound like he just making up words as he goes.
Bruh, I can't wait till they come to the SEC, bro.
My guy sound like he making up words as it goes. God dang it. Man, that's crazy.
When they come to the SEC, they're gonna be the new Vanderbilt.
They ain't coming to the SEC.
Yeah, he said T2Y, you got your panel in check. Clown Miami and get kicked off. But if you pander, you'll stay. Wait, who has ever came on here and clown Miami and I kicked them off?
Nobody.
I've never kicked anybody off.
I don't know what he talk about.
Hell, I was clowning Miami. I was clowning Miami 5 minutes ago. What's he even talking about?
DJ Ferg, if you want to come on here and talk your trash, hit the link. Ain't nobody finna kick you off, man.
Yeah, come on in, DJ.
You may want to clean your ears out first.
Yeah, this channel is a little bit different. We built different over here.
Yeah, you the one that said that they was gonna dethrone Georgia, so bring your ass here.
Hell, I'm the one that said Ray Ray's non-catching ass will fit right in with the rest of them.
Dang, that's tough. No Ray slander. No Ray slander.
One 10 win season. The next thing you know, boy, they world beaters. Boy, they winning it all next year after winning 10 games in 5 years.
They can't beat a ranked team, but they finna win the national championship.
Exactly.
Lost to a wide receiver lined up as quarterback, but they finna win a national championship.
Man, that's hilarious, man.
Man, took a last-second field goal to beat an Oklahoma team that got blew out 58-0, but they're gonna win a national championship.
Yeah, man.
Let's not forget the Florida Gators did all they could to kick a field goal in that bowl game.
They kept their shutout streak alive. They ain't getting shut out.
FSU fans, they sound like TCU fans, man. I'm getting some TCU vibes.
TCU didn't come with this energy last offseason.
I'm feeling some TCU vibes for FSU fans, man. They just automatically
You
world beaters,
actually
man.
found the TCU fan? I never found.
Bro, they disappeared, man.
Because I ain't hear no TCU
I never
fans
found one to
talking
begin
about
with.
they gonna win the championship last year.
Bro, at halftime last year, boy, they was leaving the stadium, bro. 38-7, they was gone.
Them you sound like you under a tunnel. Hey, where is that thing? Video.
What you looking for?
That practice video with Hakeem Williams. Who we got here? Who we got here? It says overdose. Who we got here? Is that you, DJ? All right. Well, who your team? Who you represent?
Represent you, bro.
Okay. What's on your mind, man?
No, just you said give opportunity to chime in, so I went to chime in. I was trying to get y'all to y'all asking about JT Daniels. He went to Rice.
He went to Rice?
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
Oh,
wow.
damn.
So USC to Georgia to Rice.
Yep.
Damn, man.
Well,
That's tough.
USC to Georgia to West Virginia to Rice.
Yeah.
I knew he got benched at West Virginia, but as soon as he said it, I was like, yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
they
do a lot of trash talk about the kid from Oregon that came to you, but you got to think about JT Daniels. That dude he need a passport.
Yeah. I mean, look at what Bo Nix did.
My boy is a passport, bro. Man.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. My boy don't
Bo
want
Nix gonna stay in Oregon one more year, right?
Yeah, he's coming back.
Yep, Bo Nix is staying because I was on
Bo
coach.
Nix had a hell of a season.
I was, yeah. Oh yeah, he had a great season because that's why the kid from Michigan went to UCLA because he had to battle both playing time.
Everybody told me Bo Nix was freaking elite before he played us, but when he played with Oregon, Bo Nix gonna come down to Atlanta and do this and do that. Him and Oregon, they got a squad.
Let me get you guys' take. So Anthony Richardson went into the NFL Combine, broke some receiving, records or whatever. Not receiving, quarterback records, high jumps and all that kind of crap. Now, everybody predicting him to be a first rounder. Everybody saying he might be a Josh Allen 2.0 and all these other guys.
No.
Josh Allen can actually throw the damn ball.
Yeah. That's you're right. That's the biggest point.
I did see him do all of that, but I did also see him throw some passes, which I'm gonna tell you, if you fall for all the other stuff, you better keep in mind that he's gonna be overthrowing your receivers.
2 words, and you can Google it: Logan Thomas.
Logan Thomas.
Check this out real quick.
Remember he played quarterback at Virginia Tech? What is he doing now?
That's that Chinese air balloon right there.
Hey, put that man on Miami. He can't overthrow Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, well, he can't. He definitely overthrow it. Tyreek is number 5'10".
Look, quick, little pass. Whoop, gone out the end zone.
Listen, I think he's got an NFL future, just not at quarterback.
Logan Thomas.
Shady, man. That's cold-blooded, man.
Frank Wycheck.
That ain't cold blood. Look at all these Ohio State quarterbacks that have gone in. They've all become wide receivers.
Braxton Miller.
Oh, damn, man.
Shady,
man,
Miller and all them.
You hit him below the belt, man. Maybe he just needs the right coach to teach him how to be accurate. You know what I'm saying?
If he ain't figured it out through 4 years of high school and 4 years of college, you ain't never going to figure it out.
I would say that if he was going to be a late round pick, but if he's going to be a first round pick, they're expecting him to hit the ground running. That bar is too high for him.
You know where he's going. You know what team he going to, right? The Oakland Raiders, boy, the next Jamarcus Russell.
Oh, man. Shout out to them FSU basketball players, man. Y'all had a hell of a year. Y'all won 9 games.
Yeah,
Look,
man.
the same goes
They lost
for
to
Will
Georgia
Levis.
Tech.
Will Levis is not first round material. He needs to develop, and they're going to throw him in, and he's going to be a bust.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
There's a lot of scouts that compare his skill set to Josh Allen's skill set.
I don't know.
I will agree. They do have the skill set, but even if you go back and watch some of Josh Allen's tape when he was at Wyoming, he was still more accurate than Richardson is right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's an accuracy thing. You gotta
If you
have
go
the
shot for shot.
I don't disagree with that. Yeah, I think you got a point, no doubt.
Now, I have no problem being wrong. I was wrong about Josh Allen, but does Richardson does he have that dog in him to go like to one of these quarterback gurus like Carson Palmer's brother or somebody like that, or go to a Manning camp where he could have been hitting the grind and improving his craft?
Yeah, you gotta have the right coaches and the right people around you.
There ain't nothing wrong with being on YouTube and being wrong. Adam Schefter's paid a whole lot of money to be wrong every 15 minutes with the tape.
Nah, that Mel Kiper dude, that dude is wrong every year, bro. Every year.
It gets paid bank. I could come up with better predictions than him.
Mel Kiper is the worst football
In Kiper's defense, he has come back and said on a few of them where they pulled the tape, he said, "Yeah, I was wrong." On a couple of them, he has come back and said, "Hey, I whiffed on those bad."
Let me show y'all a quick loser real quick. Somebody real lame. Ain't had nothing better to do.
Uh-oh.
What did he break?
He threw up the U, threw it down, and then tried to break it. This is a Florida Gator fan. Now look at the end when he walked off like one of those boys bands, like NSYNC or Backstreet Boys. He got their Gator fans so lame. So damn
man,
lame.
what you expect, man? What you expect, man? Come on, man.
Okay.
You're a grown man. You set up your camera to walk down there to throw up to you and throw it down and break it off.
First of all, until they explain how they vaporize their credibility with that whole Jaden Rashada fiasco, I don't give no credence to anyone who is a UF fan at all.
I expect it, man. I've been dealing with Gainesville Geckos for years, man. I expect them to do the dumbest of the dumbest, man.
Well,
they can tell me
actually, that's pretty explainable because all the evidence of what happened there is on the internet. Instead of giving to the NIL collective, all these Florida fans were donating to these GoFundMes to buy out Philly's contract, so that's why they couldn't afford nothing.
Right. Right. That's documented.
That's
documented.
No, I'm digging that, but for them to throw shade on anybody else when your own house is not in order, you might want to take a step back.
Well, you know the old saying, sir, you can't fix stupid.
Now this next video ain't football related, but y'all could tell me what would y'all do. So there's a guy and his girl sitting on the couch. You that guy. Tell me if you gonna look or not.
Woo!
Now I want you guys to pay attention to my guy on the couch because he's sweating bullets.
Hey, why are you back on BB's Twitter?
I want you to look at my guy, man. My guy keeping it straightforward.
But he was trying not to look, bro.
My guy sitting on the couch with his girl. He like, I can't.
That's why I leave my sunglasses on even inside.
My boy want to look so bad.
But see, I ain't even got to notice nothing. Like, we were out on the beach this past weekend in Charleston, acting a damn fool.
My boy.
Man, my old lady's like, damn, I ain't never seen so many cheeks on the beach. All them girls running around wearing thongs.
Out there in Charleston.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And all you do is be a smart husband, and you agree, like, yep, they out here looking for a husband.
Yep.
See, I had on that Miami mascot outfit, so nobody could see my eyes.
I'm sorry, but my girl gonna have to slap me.
She gonna be mad that day, huh, T2Y?
She gonna have to be mad.
No.
She gonna have to be mad.
Pick your battles, bro. Pick your battles.
But if she the real MVP, she'd be like, damn, that shit fat, ain't it, babe?
Yeah, it happens, man.
Yeah.
I ain't doing nothing but window shopping, that's all.
Yeah.
What's the average time for a DB to run in the 40?
Oh my goodness.
A good DB? A good DB should be at least a 4.45.
Yeah, I was gonna say 4.3, 4.4.
A good DB should be at least a 4. Should be about 6 feet, 6
4,
feet
5.
tall. 6 feet tall, 190, running a 4.45.
Would you take a DB that runs a 4.75?
Bro, there are defensive linemen that run a 4.7.
Yeah, man. Nolan ran.
I do know not just one DB. I know 2 DBs from a certain team that runs a 4.75.
Depends.
What are they trying to do? They trying to put Warren Sapp out there at corner? What the fuck?
I only say that because the reason why Richard Sherman dropped back so far because he ran a 4.65, but you saw that he excelled in zone coverage.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the only reason why. Other than that, no.
I'm not gonna say that
Scout team.
I'm not gonna say that 2 Florida Gators ran a 4.7.
Scout team.
Stetson ran 4.67. He was jogging.
Well, if I remember right, Richard Sherman didn't even convert to corner until he got in the NFL. He was a wide receiver at Stanford.
Yeah. Yeah, and part of it is because it's 40 time.
Oh, is that why they swapped him over to corner?
Yeah, but he had ball skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you a DB,
because he either converted after the combine, or he had converted his senior year.
Okay.
You might as well label yourself undrafted if you a DB running 4.7, 4.8.
Well,
all I'm saying, Will Mallory runs a 4.54. But you got
that man ain't got no NFL future because he gonna have to block in the NFL.
Nah, but
supposedly he showed there was some tape somewhere or at the combine when he did the blocking drills, he was above average. So trust me, it's got a lot of the U fans wondering where was this guy?
Darnell Washington 265, 6'7", he ran 4.6.
Hey, there's plenty of people look good in drills, but you put them in a game, they don't look so good anymore.
Yeah.
True, I agree, and that's where as a fellow U fan, knowing the story history of Miami tight ends is like, okay, dude, you got. I mean, Jeremy Shockey is on campus, all year round because I believe he stays in the area. If you needed help, why didn't you reach out to them? Jonathan Vilma comes down from his announcer job a lot. He comes through and talks to the guys. So just that example, you got guys that played.
But the only thing is, some players they have coaches that'll get mad if they reach out to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, here's the thing: they don't have to. They don't have to though, because Brett Romberg's got a podcast. Him and Brian McKinney were on campus all the damn time. And what did both of them say? Didn't none of those players want to listen to a damn thing they had to say?
Yeah, because they're young.
Problem.
Yeah, they're young.
Well, that's why I'm hoping that Coach Cristobal changes that because you got ex players that pro, all pro, whatever on up in the area. If you don't allow them to help them, because I know Georgia does it and I know Bama does it. So what's wrong with us?
I mean, when you got like you just said, all pro Bryant McKinney volunteering his time to come down here and help you nappy-headed fools, and you ain't gonna listen to nothing he got to say. Man,
Yeah.
what 3-6 Mafia said, can't save her. She don't want to be saved.
Want to be saved?
Yeah.
Gonna save her.
Yeah. If you don't listen to somebody with that much skill and experience, then you just dumb, bro.
Well, I would say that's where I guess I didn't follow up with it, but I knew, yeah, a lot of those guys, like I said, that are in the area and came because who was it that asked them to come down and speak to them? And, you know, they got the little press release showing that they did, but yeah, if they didn't soak it up, that explains a lot.
So that's why I put a lot more of the problems Miami has had over the past few years on the players than I do the coaches.
Oh yeah,
don't
absolutely.
forget we've had players
Absolutely.
screw up. Oh, we ain't putting in no work on our own just when the coaches
Absolutely.
are around.
Because even when Teacher the Y had put out the little thing about Mario talking about come get your kids, I was applauding that because hey,
yes sir.
You know once you step on campus in Coral Gables, you know the weight is on your shoulders. If you're not ready for it, don't stay.
And
Don't
like
stay,
you were
'cause, I
saying,
mean,
Slim, that one
I
night,
would tell my
you
son the
can't-
same thing.
you can't be mad because they keep firing the coaches. Eventually, you're gonna have to blame it on the players because the coaches keep getting fired.
There's one constant.
So
Will Mallory
like I
been
said,
there.
you can see on the
We'll go back to.
screen.
I'll go back to Will Mallory. Use him as an example. That man ain't developed no blocking skills. Okay, he was there for 3 different head coaches.
Yeah. Because even before him,
we need to screenshot that, man.
even before him, Clyde Watford and Njoku, both of them are in the pros and can block.
Brevin Jordan can block.
So my boy.
Yeah, even Brevin.
My boy ran
Even
a
Brevin. Brevin can block his ass off.
So my boy run a 4.75.
Is that
He's
a corner
DB.
or a safety?
He's a DB. He's a safety.
Okay.
Now my tight end runs a 4.54. So you telling me my tight end could blow past this guy?
Yeah.
Safety. I mean, unless they're lining up in like a dime or a nickel, a safety doesn't need to be as fast, especially a free safety. He's basically ball on.
Now I would agree with you,
If
Slim.
he's
If every other safety in this combine didn't run like a 4.4. I would agree with you. If everybody else they ran a 4.4,
when it's like that, that's when you got to go. You got to go back to. You got to go back to it to what does his game tape say? Because just like Terrell Suggs ran a 4.8.
His game tape, the game tape.
You
is
see what
horrible.
damage he was able to do.
Yeah.
The Gators,
Well, listen, I mean,
they couldn't wait to get him up out of there.
Okay.
I mean, nobody was ever praising, Reed or Ray Lewis for their speed, but they had those instincts to know where the ball's going, so they were just always in position.
And that's why I say that's where I say does he make up for his physical deficiencies on the field with being a ball hawk?
Ray Lewis definitely had that speed though. Ray Lewis had speed.
Shaq Quarterman was the same way. He wasn't the fastest guy, but he had those ball hawk skills to know where the ball was going.
Shaq was a C-ball hit ball.
Man, I got into so many arguments with people that year, his last year, because everybody talking about how bad Shaq was. I'm like, this man is leading the team in tackles, and y'all are talking about how bad he is. Stop it.
Well, just like there was criticism too with Denzel Perryman. They said that he was too short.
And that dude balling in the league.
Well, and see, Denzel Perryman is somebody that I like to go to because he said it several times in interviews. As many people wanted to knock on Mark D'Onofrio and his defense, Perryman said the same thing. And we just wasn't putting in that work like we are in the pros because we were fucking off.
A lot of the Georgia players said they practice in college is harder than it was in the pros.
and that's exactly where you see the results.
Take a quick look at this list. I want you guys to take a quick look at this list. Now, NFL combine wise, quarterback, these are all 40 times. So Anthony Richardson, he's pretty much ran the fastest time in the 4.43. TCU's quarterback, he ran a 4.5. Louisville 4.53 and such and so forth. So even the quarterback Clay from Houston, where our offensive coordinator just came from. Yeah, he ran a 4.6. So he is faster than the Florida DB. Running back wise, you got a guy out of Texas A&M. He run a 4.3 too. All the way down to this is basically the top 5 guys. The last guy,
okay. Yeah, I was gonna say Bijan Robinson ran like a 4.4.
I mean, T2Y's got a point. 4.7. That's like Tom Brady level 40 time.
Yeah,
exactly.
Again, it's going to come down to his ball skills because I'll bring up another famous one.
For that shit.
Who was it?
Now, the best time came out
Jerry
of
Rice. Jerry Rice ran a 4.6.
So you got a 4.33 for wide receiver Trey Palmer out of Nebraska. He ran the fastest 40 time, followed by TCU. Tight ends, Will Mallory, the fastest tight end to come out with a 4.54. Even this guy Luke out of Michigan, he ran a 4.63. So all these guys are faster than the defensive guy from Florida, the safety. Now you got defensive linemen. All these defensive linemen are faster than the safety from Florida. You got a guy here from Georgia that runs a 4.39, all the way down to a guy from Northwestern that run a 4.49.
That D tackle from Kentucky that ran like a 4.5.
Yeah, so even the defensive linemen are faster than this safety. Linebackers, every linebacker on this list is faster than that safety. Auburn's linebacker ran a 4.39. Down to the number 5 guy, he ran a 4.49.
But see, that's where that safety it would be okay. His ball skills, because then he's like the last resort because he needs them speedy linebackers. Because if it's up to him to chase somebody down, it's a wrap.
Now this defensive back, it should say number 1 Tariq Stevenson with a 4.23, but they clocked him late. It is what it is. Now DJ Turner out of Michigan, he clocked at a 4.26, and even the number 5, 6 guy on the list, he's at a 4.36. So these are the numbers that the DBs are putting up. What the DBs should be putting up if you want to be competitive on the next level. So with Trey Dean coming in at a 4.7, it's like, damn, you just put yourself at the bottom of the list. You better bring it in all the other categories and hope these other guys, don't bring it too.
Well, I say you better be a defense coordinator on the field where you can anticipate the play because you're not kidding.
Now the top offensive lineman, 4.9 is a Georgia guy, and the worst is down to 4.99. So this guy is damn near offensive lineman at this moment. He's probably the best offensive lineman time. He shouldn't be considered a DB no more. Somebody say Jaquan Johnson ran a 4.7. No, he didn't. Ran a 4.6. Stop it. Man, that's tough. And these are the numbers from the last year. So if you want to compete, I'm sorry, Trey Dean, you got to step it up, my guy.
I'm trying to think. Who was it?
You need to go hit the parachute.
Who was it that played for the Rams? Oh, Eric Weddle. Eric Weddle was like I said, he was around a 4.7, but again, he was that ball hawk.
Yeah, unfortunate for Trey Dean, his video, his tape don't match, and especially when you slow too, man. NFL ain't looking for projects no more.
True.
See, college, they'll take you and they'll work with you and they'll try to build you up, but the NFL, they looking for the best of the best. They looking for the right now.
He's got a bright XFL future ahead of him.
What he could do is, just graduate from Florida and apply for the wide receiving coach job.
And they need to hire an offensive coordinator first.
They do need a wide receivers coach. But it was.
I wish they got us, but he's playing. He got a job in Maryland.
He said, Shaquille O'Neal could beat that time.
Damn it, man.
Oh, man, that's tough.
That's crazy.
Man, that's crazy. That boy, the slowest DB I've ever heard of. Man, so how y'all liking the new coordinators? So far, at least, without seeing them on the field, without seeing any in the gameplay.
I've watched enough University of Houston football because they play in the American against UCF. So, from what he was able to do with Clayton Tune and Dell, hey, as long as the guys buy in, I'm excited. That's all to it. They got to buy in because the tape is there. He took, like he said, he took with whatever he had to work with based on, personnel. They would lighten it up.
Well, I'm on.
Hell, we got Derek King. Where'd he come from?
Just to be a contrarian. Yeah, well, that was a different coaching staff too, though.
True, it was.
But I'm gonna take the Miami fans' Manny Diaz approach to it. Shannon Dawson been fired from damn near every job he's had.
Yeah.
Oh shit, this gonna be lit. That's gonna be lit.
Yeah.
They say Drake and Lil Baby working on an album together. That's gonna be lit. That's gonna be lit. Non-football related, but that's gonna be lit.
Which Drake is gonna show up
I
though.
want to know if Miami fans gonna keep that same energy, because they wanted talking about Manny once they got unhappy with him. But they ain't. I mean, that man got fired from Kentucky.
I was against Manny from day one. I was against Manny from day one. It was a slow car crash.
I don't have anything against him as a defensive coordinator, but I'm not a fan of hiring a guy that's never been a head coach before. But and I said it on here several times. If you're going to, you got to give the man time to learn how to be a head coach if that's what you're going to do.
Now I'm gonna say this: it's a huge difference with Jakari Brown this time around. Last year he weren't putting none of them in the net, so the accuracy getting a little bit better. Boom, he's hitting them on target now. He's been putting in that work. I give to him that much.
Emory Williams trained, so I might be in a minority right now.
Oh, I like Emory. I like Emory a lot.
I like Emory and the kid AJ Harrison. That might be coming through. He seems to be legit.
Yeah, hopefully Jakari can keep it up, because I think with Dawson's, like I said, with Dawson's scheme and the way he run the ball, the way he called the offense, I think Jakari is going to have a huge upside. I think this offense fit him more than it fit any other quarterback on there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I would actually disagree with that, because if you look at most of them, he's had most of his success with pocket passes.
130.
Yeah, but if you look at his last season, he had a lot of success with a quarterback that was running it half the time.
All right, I'm not saying he hasn't had it. I'm just saying the majority of his success has come with pocket passers.
Yeah.
Last year you had a guy that ran the ball a lot, but he also threw for 4,000 yards. So, I think Jakari could fit right into that role. hopefully a lot less interceptions, though. You know, more consistency.
Well, I want to see, you know, the Trayvon Citizens and the Don Chaney Juniors run the ball. That's what they're there for.
Yeah, well,
About to have me in
Don
here
Chaney.
doing a dance like a church.
Don Chaney, he's 100%. You know, recovered right now. So Mario already said he's 100. He's good to go. Hopefully, he can
I'm
stay
sorry.
healthy.
Until Don shows me otherwise, I dial 911 and wait.
I mean,
hopefully he can stay single.
and I get that point, but wasn't Frank Gore the same way?
Yeah, but Frank Gore had more production.
Don Chaney had plenty in 2020 when he was healthy.
I hear you, but the sad part about it is even Frank was healthier than him. I remember Frank.
Well, the big difference is Frank had one of his, I think his first knee injury came his senior year of high school, and only one of them was in Miami.
Right. And then he came in, he balled, then he blew out his knee again. No, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Trust me, I agree with you wholeheartedly, but it's still Frank was more doable because even then Frank was clocking 20 carries a game in college.
Right.
So
and
no,
I'm not comparing the two in any way other than situationally.
Oh, well.
I'm not saying like Don runs, you know, like Chaney or anything like Don Chaney runs like Frank Gore or anything like that. I'm just saying situational wise, it's kind of been the same thing with him.
I think Slim went under a tunnel.
Well, I'm driving through Louisiana too.
Oh, okay, there you go. You good? We can hear you now.
I'm going up my stairs, so I get bad reception up in here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Hell, this may be the town one of them damn coordinators is from. I don't know. I'm down in the middle of bumfuck Louisiana.
What was that food they said in the video earlier?
Said he was from southwest Louisiana because he said he about an hour away from Port Arthur.
Go get you some Buddha or some shit like that, whatever they call that food.
Buddha. It's made with sausage. It's a sausage.
Yeah, it's rice and other shit stuffed in the sausage casing. It's actually pretty good.
So kind of like a jambalaya instead of just plain rice and sausage.
Yeah, but it's all stuffed inside the casing of a sausage. So throw it on a hot dog bun and go.
Okay, gotcha. If I ever run into it, I'll give it a try. Man, I tell you what though, watching that guy Alex Mariball out there with them offensive linemen is funny as hell, man. Just watching him get in the middle of them and just get engulfed. It's crazy. Like you can't even see him no more.
I ain't seen him in the middle of a huddle yet.
But if he gets Malgoa and Pancake to do what they're supposed to do, maximize their potential, he can go jump in a gopher hole.
Yeah, well, and this is where I think a lot of Miami fans need to be more realistic. That's a position physically you're not ready for as a freshman. You think an 18-year-old, even somebody the size of Samson, is ready to go against 23, 24, 25-year-old offensive linemen? No.
Yeah, I mean they holding their own so far. So
against our offensive line, that ain't saying much.
I think both of them right now.
That's where I was trying to be. I was trying to not say something because yes, going against unless it's like Zion Nelson, I'm not. Expectations are low. Now I'm not sure how Matt Lee's gonna turn out right now.
What's up, fellas?
And I think Zion has the skill set, but it's one of those guys don't always look their best the first year back after an injury like that.
True.
So it's a little questionable. I mean, he can. I've seen it happen, but it doesn't always happen. So that's why I have some questions there.
Yeah, I'm only saying that because again, based on how the offensive line fared, that if we got two outstanding freshmen, throw them in the fire. We was already 5-7.
I can see that line of thought. I can. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I can see the logic behind it.
Trust me, I don't want it to happen. But if the line plays as poorly as they did last season,
how much worse could it be?
Right.
It can't get no worse. Last year was bad, and I think the additions like Cohen and Matt Lee, man, that's gonna be a big upgrade.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see,
I mean,
that's
both
what
of
I'm
them,
really
both of them
looking
the real
forward
deal.
to is like that transfer from Alabama. Guys that are ready to go.
Plug and play. Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. So.
For y'all in the chat, who y'all got as quarterback one getting drafted? They got Bryce Young on here. They got Anthony.
I just want to say one thing: the Miami Dolphins need to go get Lamar Jackson.
They won't do it.
They should get who?
The Ravens.
I want Lamar
Ravens have already
Jackson.
franchise tagged Lamar
You
Jackson.
said the Dolphins. Oh, they should get who?
Lamar Jackson. I'm tired of Tua.
We do not care.
Hey, boss man, that ship has already sailed. The Ravens put the franchise tag
they
on
franchise
Jackson.
We don't care nothing about them Dolphins. I'm sorry. I might be speaking for myself, but we don't care nothing about them Dolphins.
Well, I'm not a native Floridian, so I'm an Eagles fan, so I have no love lost for the Dolphins either.
Yeah, Slim's a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan, so he ain't got no love for him. I'm a Rams fan. I ain't got no love for him. So they could go out and get Tua. They could go out and get Tate Martell. I don't care.
Man, I just want to win a Super Bowl, man.
Yeah, well, there's people in hell that want ice water too.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, I gotta go. It's been real. I'll be on another time.
All right, boss. Take it easy.
All right, Keith, be safe, bro. No, Slim, they gave Lamar Jackson, I think they gave him like a different type of tag where he can see who he wants to go to, and then that team got to give him like 2 first-round picks. I'll give him whatever. Just get rid of Tua.
Yeah, he's allowed to shop around, but listen, ain't nobody giving Lamar Jackson $30+ million a year. He's got a shelf life.
MVP?
Once. Cam Newton won an MVP one time too. You want him?
No, you're right. Yeah, he did. And never been the same since.
I mean, I ain't got no hate for Lamar, but these running quarterbacks they have a shelf life in the NFL. It just is what it is. Defenses are too good.
I feel like he wouldn't even have to use his legs that much if he came here, because you got a Porsche and you got a Lamborghini. All you got to do is just stay in the pocket and throw it to him.
Well, I mean, that's easy to say, but Tua is a better passer of the ball than Lamar Jackson, and y'all are tired of him.
Tired, man.
Well, he's a better quarterback than Lamar is. He is.
Bryce Young.
Depending on who you ask. But nah, I mean, I can see that.
So Bryce Young is going to go to the league, and then you got Bryce Young, another Bryce Young. He's also a new prediction for Notre Dame. So you got one Bryce Young leaving and another Bryce Young coming in. That's tough.
I didn't realize Bryce Young was that short.
I think he's like what, 5 something, 5'9".
5'9", 5'9" and a half.
5'9"?
I think was his official measurement at the combine was 5'9", and I mean that puts him down in Kyler Murray territory, and he doesn't have
Yeah.
Kyler Murray's ability with his legs.
I think that's why a lot of people are giving Anthony Richardson so much of a boost because of his measurements, and a lot of them NFL guys think that some of the things that he'll be need taught, they can do it, but the stuff that they can't teach, the height, the speed, the strength, all that.
Well, I mean, you're right. Some
5'9".
of
That's
that you
short
can't
for a
teach.
quarterback.
They're already comparing him to guys like Josh Allen, saying he could be a 2.0. So who knows? All I know is if he do get drafted in the first round and one of them teams take a chance on him, I know them Gator bums gonna be in here talking a lot of trash.
Like I said, I think he'll get drafted. I don't think he'll ever play quarterback. They're gonna draft him on his ability alone.
He just one of those hype players, man. Like you have that in the NFL. Like I feel like Kyle Pitts was that. I don't want to call Kyle Pitts a bust yet, but he's not worth no top 10 pick.
Well, in the right situation, maybe, but I mean, it is what it is. He's stuck in Atlanta. That's about as bad as getting stuck in Cleveland these days.
Yeah. 2 landfill teams.
Hold on before I last topic before I end the stream or whatever. The Big 12 reaching out to Colorado, Utah, and possibly Arizona and Arizona State. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, power to them.
And what's your thoughts on the ACC possibly, breaking this grant of rights, dissolving the conference, and probably reconstructing it with a better deal and going after some Pac-12 teams?
I don't think they'll go after Pac-12 teams. I think the ACC still has leverage on Notre Dame, and Notre Dame's TV deal with NBC is almost up. And then I think they'll look at another team. I mean, a lot of people think it might be West Virginia.
Let's just say everything breaks down, whatever. They dissolve the conference and all that. Miami, Florida State, Clemson, and North Carolina, they all going to different spots or whatever. Where would be more of a fit for Miami? Big 12, SEC, Big 10. Where y'all think Miami would fit best, and why?
Probably Big 10, just because, I mean, I feel like if we just stay on this side, just stay on the East Coast and just play like East Coast and Midwest teams would be good. I don't think we need to go to the Pac-12. I mean, could you imagine the Hurricanes going to Washington State?
I mean, well, if we do join the Big 10, we will go to California because there's 2 teams over there that's in the Big 10 right now, which USC and UCLA. So we'll have to go to California.
Here's the thing: with as things sit right now, the much more likely case, if any conference dissolves, it's going to be the Pac-12 because the Pac-12 is the only one without a TV deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not only that, the Pac-12 is losing members. Remember when they did that old meeting and they promised that they weren't going to take anybody? Because you had the SEC, all 4 conferences met up except for the SEC. And they all said they weren't going to go after each other team, and then boom, the Big 10 takes 2 from the Pac-12. Well, now you got, the Big 12, they're reloading on teams. They're bringing in teams, and now they're going after the Pac-12 too. So
well,
I
the
think
SEC commissioner has said publicly that the SEC is not looking to add any more teams right now.
Yeah, but I don't believe him. If you're gonna keep the meter moving if conferences are going to 16 teams, it seems like the Big 12 wants to stay alive, so they're trying to make their 16. The ACC is at 14 right now, so I mean, going after teams like Oregon and Washington would make sense.
Oregon, Washington, Notre Dame.
And West Virginia, I don't think West Virginia would want to come out of the Big 12. It doesn't even make sense market-wise because we already got Virginia and Virginia Tech and Pitt around those areas. So I think we'll be fine without West Virginia. They don't bring much, to be honest with you. West Virginia is a dumpster.
Well, yes and no. West Virginia gets more coverage in Pittsburgh than the Panthers do, than the Pitt Panthers do. So, I mean, they're bigger in some markets than ACC teams, and that's their home turf.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we got way too many teams along this coast to really need West Virginia.
Well, I mean, geographically, that's where it makes sense. Just based off of geography, yeah, West Virginia would make sense.
Yeah, because we cover literally everything around them.
Yeah.
So going out and grabbing two teams, like especially grabbing Oregon and Washington, those will make sense. It don't make sense geographically, but it makes sense in the TV market.
Yeah, because that's what it's all about, is getting into TV markets that you're not in.
Because if we can't dissolve this ACC contract, we're gonna have to bring more teams in to negotiate so we can get better money.
Yeah, and that's what'll happen. They bring in more teams, they renegotiate the contract, and it's actually it's in ESPN's best interest for the conference to stay and renegotiate the contract. Because yes, they're getting a great deal out of it right now, but ESPN invested millions of dollars to create the network and all that. They don't want to just throw that money away after a couple of years.
Right. I mean, let's be honest. If you owe me millions of dollars, just because it doesn't appease you no more, that don't mean I want to lose my millions of dollars. Yeah. So with this whole battle between the Big Ten and the SEC, with all the ACC teams locked into these contracts, ESPN has an advantage. They have the leverage.
They do.
Because there's plenty of teams in the ACC that's worth shit. Like at least 4 of them, 5 of them.
And then when it comes to Notre Dame, and I keep bringing them up because that's the team that's probably the one team out of any team they could get that would be the biggest needle mover as far as money. If they can't come to an agreement with NBC, they're off of TV at that point. What are they going to do? And they're under contract with the ACC. They contractually can't join any conference right now but the ACC.
Right. I just think in the upcoming months, year, you're gonna start seeing a lot more talks on it because the playoffs is coming up soon. The Big 12, all those games next season, they won't have Oklahoma or Texas no more. Pac-12 won't have USC or UCLA no more. So you'll start seeing the meter start moving then. Because a lot of the SEC teams, I think they're going to go from 8 or 9 eight conference games, I think, right? They're probably going to go to 9 or 10.
They are going to 9 conference games.
So now they'll go to 9, and then they'll have 3 non-conference. So now a lot of those extra, cupcake games one of them going to be cut off.
College football was looking more like the NFL.
I'm all for it.
Knowing most of those SEC teams, they're going to be like, you know what? Well, since we got this tough conference, 9 tough conference games, we're going to play 3 cupcake games instead. They're going to not want to play the Florida States or the Miamis of the world to take a risk of losing one of those, plus on top of the 9 games they already got in conference. So you can already see that the SEC is going to pretty much be 3 cupcake games
No, not really. I mean, Florida's not getting rid of Florida State. That's not going to happen.
But that's still a cupcake game.
And actually, there's talk in the state of Florida doing the same thing the state of South Carolina did. It's actually state law in South Carolina that Clemson and South Carolina have to play each other every year.
Yeah, that's state law here too, from Florida and Florida State.
But they're talking about amending it and adding Miami to that, making all three play each other and bringing back the Governor's Cup.
The problem with that is Miami is a private school. Miami is not a state-funded school. They could force Florida State and Florida to do it, but they can't force Miami.
I understand that.
But I think Miami, if they want to make that, Miami would be willing.
Well, and I think that's where the push is coming from, actually, is Miami, because Florida don't want it.
Yeah, so if the push comes to shove, it's not Miami. It's more than likely Florida, because they're the one that ended the whole thing. But we'll see how it goes, man. Anyways, y'all, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm going to catch you guys another time. Go Canes. Go Canes.
All right, T2. Be safe, bro. All right, Snow.